What a finish! What a man!
The drum roll finishes, and the target is
And
it comes on finals night, and it's another
Dirty Harrison!
tops for the Scotsman. Double 10. And Gary Stone, 107 to do so. That leaves tops. And it's Mouldy's match. Double 16 to do so. Double 8. And it's hooray for Hubbard. It was great when he first burst onto the scene. This would be great though. Double 16, wonderful by David Evans, the holder of that height average record, 122.69. Double 18. Oh yes. Hi there, welcome along to Friday night here at the Modus Super Series, where we will of course find out who will be the final three to make it through to the Saturday showpiece event. Three are already through. Jeff Smith has made it along with Tommy Morris and Danny Ayres, and Devon Peterson has been watching all the action. Were this afternoon, Tommy Morris winning that group, but Danny Ayres making it through on debut.
Yeah, I think that was the story for the day for me. Debut, turning up, playing really well, almost going flawless both days. Tommy Morris obviously taking it at the end there, but Danny Ayres really showing some great finishing as well, and at the death, finding this 1-4-8, and this was a little bit of a comeback fight for Ashley Coleman, but in this leg he did not find a treble, and when he needed it, he did, and I think that's going to stand him in good stead on Saturday. Yeah,
absolutely. He is delighted to be there on Saturday night. As we just mentioned, he's joined by Tommy Morris, who won that group, and Jeff Smith, who won Group A. But tonight, it's all about which three can get through from Group B. Adam Mould, James Hubbard, David Evans, Mervyn King, and Gary Stone. Look, Gary Stone's top of the table, but we've really got to start with David Evans, haven't we? He averaged over 103 for the night. He averaged over 120 in one of his matches, the second highest we've ever seen here. How on earth did he only win half of his matches?
I think that's, testament to the trebles for show, doubles for dough. He did make some crucial. It is not just, considering he's played so well, there was some games where he let players in, and especially the Gary Stone game where there was two throws that he had. I think it was the Adam Mould game where he threw 13 and missed a big number, and those are capital areas that he needs to capitalize on, and if he's letting players in, he will get beat.
Yeah, that average there, the 120.24, the joint second highest average here at the Modus Super Series, level with a certain Connor Scott who's doing big things on the PDC Pro Tour right now. Daryl Pilgrim still the record holder. Had that double 18 gone in, then David Evans would have got 122.69 himself. Pilgrim's on the list again, as are former champions Luke Littler and Andreas Harrison. But it was Gary Stone, Devon, who topped the table overnight. 3 wins for him. We're going to hear from him in a moment, but chatting with him, he said, forget averages, I'll take points all night.
Yeah, I think that's the most important thing. It's crucial to be great on the outer ring, especially in a quick format like he does. So when players are giving him opportunities like the 60, 70, 80 and between that, he's finding the outer ring with high precision levels and percentages. He's kind of joked with me and he says, that's all I want to do. When I saw him last night, he says, as long as I'm good on the outside, my scoring will be steady, but the outside has been letting him down before. But this week could be his week.
Yeah, he is now odds on to win Group B and make it through to finals night. 4-7, David Evans second favourite, Adam Mould third. That is the position there in the group, but the big mover of course is Mervyn King, who only won one game last night, 18-1 now to win the group. Are we going to see Mervyn King fail to make it to a Saturday for the first time?
I think it would be quite a shock, but I think that he's a kind of player that's not going to just get rolled over and get his belly tickled. He's going to give it his best, and he's one of the players that can have it done. He has the experience, he knows exactly what to do, but it's just the thing that he can do what he has to do, but there's so many players in there capable of not allowing him all of that freedom. And when it starts to get niggly as well, I mean, that's when we're going to see whether Mervyn King is going to sink or swim.
For those having a bet, please gamble responsibly. It's 18 plus gambleaware.org. The opening match is about to get underway, and it is a repeat of that curtain closer from last night. David Evans against Gary Stone. Stone came out on top and came out on top in the group, and I caught up with him earlier tonight. Gary, good start last night. Just give us your reflections, because it was a very enjoyable watch for the viewer.
Enjoyable watch, probably not as enjoyable for me. But I hadn't missed, to be fair. I think my finishing was a hell of a lot better than what it has been in the past. Scoring kind of let me scored in patches, but I didn't feel as if I played as well as I have done in past weeks. But I think that makes it even more enjoyable for myself, to getting the results, having no played it probably my A game.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a tough group on paper, and we saw some incredible performances, David Evans in particular last night. So you must be really pleased to have come out on top.
Unbelievable. I mean, I spoke to David, well, I was out with David today. The average, I think he averaged, it was 3 turn pluses and a 90 odds over 4 games, get 4 points.
Yeah, one was 120 as well.
Yeah, and I was laughing. I says, listen, I'd trade the 3 turn pluses for the 6 points. And that's what it comes down to. Obviously, we're all experienced in this environment now. It's not about how you play game to game. It's just about getting the points on the board, getting your name in the Saturday, and ultimately going and winning the Saturday night. And
you've put yourself in a great position to do that tonight. What is the focus tonight? Because you know that you only need a couple of wins, but you also know that there's a lot of good players in that practice room.
That's a hell of a group. This could go either way still. So I've got to get in here and do exactly what I did last night. I said to myself last night, obviously my old man just passed away a few weeks ago, and I promised him that I would cut out all the stupidness and the huffing and the puffing, and just take one game at a time, and then just enjoy it now. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy it. Realise what life's all about, and just enjoy the game. So that's what I've done. That's what I did last night. I dug in. The game I lost, James thoroughly deserved. He dug in, and just go again.
Well, look, sorry for your loss. With that in mind and that perspective, how important and what would it mean to you to win this week?
It'd be massive, absolutely massive. I mean, that's even travelling down here. I miss the texts. Where are you? Where are you now? I used to track my flights every time, and I used to always watch how I got on. And I felt a wee bit lost coming down here. But I've just got to dig in. I've just got to dig in now and just plod on, and hopefully just do them proud. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to do. So.
Certainly doing that so far. Good luck.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers, Gary. Yeah, really open interview from Gary Stone there. Heartfelt words for the loss of his father. Big support to his darts career, and a different perspective that he's brought with him to the Modus Super Series. David Evans, the opponent in the opening match of the evening. Gary Stone got the better of David 4-1 last night. Has got a really poignant motivation to perform at the Modus Super Series. He takes on the Week 11 winner of the previous series here, 35 from Preston. Produced some incredible stuff, as we've just discussed last night. Gary Stone is looking for his first win, and what a time it would be to get it. Devon Peterson alongside me in commentary. Devon, really open, really honest, really heartfelt there from Gary Stone. What did you make of that?
I think it definitely puts everything into perspective. Like we said before the game, Gary Stone of old, it was an emotional character, always huffing and puffing, and
game on.
I understand why he's so focused on his finishing, and there's a purpose, there's a grounding, and that can always happen when somebody very close to you either passes on or takes ill. It kind of makes you
58.
understand that when you step in to any arena, sporting arena, there's areas that you go to, and he'll be using that as motivation, and certainly a purpose. And I think that this could be kind of written in the stars for Gary to win then.
Yeah, absolutely. All our best wishes and sincere condolences to the Stone family.
60.
Gary doing them proud certainly last night, and hoping to continue. Does need 2 wins to assure himself of qualification, but 1 win may well be enough.
96.
Although we said it in the interview, that practice room is full of very good players. It won't be easy to get 1 or 2 wins tonight, will it?
And I think we've said that a few times. Just looking at the quality scattered in that room, and everybody will know Friday is confirmation
100.
day. So yesterday it might have been a bit jovial, more relaxed. Today I can assure you there's tension coming in that room, and
47.
Mervyn King, yes, and 3 o'clock already, making sure that he gets all his practice in, and he needs to do something perfect today. Something similar to what Evans done yesterday.
140.
He was incredible. Average of over 103 for the evening. David Evans only picked up 4 points.
140. David Carr, 143.
Can he produce something supersized here? Not on this occasion, so Stone will take a look at the 120 when he returns.
$87. Gary Carr, 120.
120 for Gary, yeah, and you feel as though final dart on his favoured tops. Yesterday he could not miss it. Would it be the same today?
80.
Started off with a
David
miss
Carr,
and
56.
quite composed now. 56 for David Evans to hold throw. 17 darter. This was his Achilles heel yesterday.
36.
That last
Gary
dart, slight
40.
tension. We did say that David Evans does have misses in his locker, especially on the outer ring. This would be important. Early break of
30.
throw and not taking his
David
chances
Carr,
early
20.
on. David Evans can breathe a sigh of relief.
Getting shown in the first leg, David Evans.
Pins a double.
Second leg, Gary to throw
Takes
first.
the lead.
Game on.
I'm just looking at the way the fixtures fall this evening. Mervyn King was a very long shot
140.
with the bookies, but if Evans beats Gary Stone here, then Mervyn King gets the better of Adam Mould in the game that follows. There are only 2 points separating all the players in the table.
97.
It's not beyond the realms of possibility that Mervyn King could not just qualify, that he could yet win the group.
123.
And now we're talking wild permutations. I'm not even going to go down that route.
But not really. If Stone is beaten here and King beats Mould, there's 2 points between them all. It looks possible then, doesn't it?
27.
Let's see where we are at the end of this match first. But those 2 results are not unthinkable.
59.
And we did say that Mervyn King is possible. I mean, capable of creating a massive run. We see Gary Stone bouncing back after that missed opportunities.
I've had a little chat with Mervyn tonight. He seems to be in a jovial mood. I think he's kind of looking forward to leaving this place.
125.
But he's hoping it's after tomorrow, not after tonight.
54.
Tired of seeing the Modus Super Series lounge stage. But he has done well. Found himself in finals in 3 out of 3 occasions. It's now for a nice little setup.
140.
140
Got a car,
there.
125.
125. Will he stay there? No, he does not.
65.
Leaves it
David
handy.
Carr,
112
112.
for a 15-dart break here for David Evans. Goes the 54 route. Pins it. Double tops now.
72.
Two
Gary
misses
Carr,
out of
60.
2. Showing how far he think it wasn't that far, David.
Double 10 was pinned by Evans to win
50.
the opening leg, but
David
Stone
Carr,
can't find
40.
it to level the match. A chance here then for Evans to break. Double his lead. Stretch his lead, I should have said.
Missed it.
He missed that. But not that.
Being shot on the second leg, David Evans.
David doubles up.
Third leg, David to throw first. Game on.
Stretch now, stretching his legs in this game.
How hard is it, Devon? We heard Gary talk about it there, that he is the type of player that will puff his cheeks, shake his head, a little bit theatrical and maybe negative at times. How hard is it to
140.
retrain yourself to stop doing that?
It's the hardest thing. It has to come from within. It has to. You have to understand the reason why you're doing it. Number
91.
one. Number two is also understanding the impacts when you are negative. It's quite easy and obvious, but if you don't sit down and you go, let me change, and if you see after the change there's an immediate impact, a positive impact,
140.
you have to have the maturity to understand that it doesn't benefit your game. If you do not have that maturity, then you're never going to change. And that's the likelihood.
41.
And it does the one thing about negative behavior on and behind the hockey is that it's never going to benefit you. Because you're negative, oh, that was rubbish, that was this. It's not going to motivate you to be better. Because you're literally reinforcing a negative. Because you've missed. It's already a negative, and now you're reinforcing it. So just, you dig deep. The best person for kind of ignoring all of that is Steve Beaton. He is almost just run-of-the-mill, just does what he does, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. It does not matter. He's the same walk, same smile, same everything.
55.
It's almost achieving those Rudyard Kipling principles, isn't it? Meet with victory and defeat and treat those two imposters just the same.
135.
What a
David
135 now.
106.
99. He said it was the ice cream. We said it the red balloons. But 106 is the shot, yeah, to lead 3-0. He's going to have to move over now. 54, but does not get it. So 99
43.
to break the throw.
Gary O'Kar, 99.
He's missed in each of the legs. He needs to go top stops. He's missed it all day. Continues to miss.
59.
Slight bit of
David
aggression
O'Kar,
there.
63.
Holding it back, though, you can tell he's holding all of his... So it is working.
Yeah, a little bit of a Scottish snarl there from Stone. Evans hasn't hit tops. He's been for it in each leg so far, and
43.
every time he's gone low.
Gary O'Kar, 40.
And he's given Gary a chance every single time as well.
Getting shown the
Pins
third
it.
leg, Gary Stone.
In the middle. And that break of throw just brings us back
Ball for
to
Gary
throw.
to throw first.
Gary goes over, sips a bit of the
Game on.
Super Series Voss water. Only the best for the players.
83.
Still looking to see David Evans reach the heights he did yesterday. He's slightly a bit far off today, 21 points.
137.
You can just tell when he takes his time, finds that rhythm, that drop.
134.
Never seen the like. It's as if he's possessed. He's like a machine, and then there's a fault in the machine.
100.
Gary Stonia needs to hold through to bring us all level, and then we will see.
100.
With that, a 180 puts him in the driver's seat. It's not going to be replicated, yeah, by Evans, but he's going to need to leave it handy. 2 in the box there would leave him on a 1-2-4.
100.
He manages
Gary O'Kar,
1-6-4.
104.
Capable. But will Gary give him a shot? He'll stay. He's not going to have to switch to...
48.
Went for the 24
David
there to
O'Kar,
leave tops.
164.
Big ask. Treble 19 is his target here. So Gary Stone has every chance of levelling. Sensible stuff from Evans here.
64.
Chips off the 64
Gary
to
O'Kar,
leave a
56.
2-darter. Had he gone for 19s again or 20s, he might have been on a 3-darter. But he won't get a go at that ton.
Game shown the
Stone
fourth
has
leg.
squared
Gary
it up.
Stone. Fifth leg, Davey to throw first. Game on.
Gary Stone now leveling the game. They're going behind 2-0. Could have taken the first leg. Was given a chance on the second as well. So this game could have been quickly over.
97.
But we all level, so all to play for now.
$100.
David Evans wins here. The permutations comes out, Chris.
Absolutely. You stick with me, Devon. I'll fill you in all night. I've got Carol Vorderman on speed dial.
60.
We do end up with some difficult
140.
sums to work out, especially in this group sometimes. I was telling you yesterday about that time when we almost had every single player finish on the same number of points.
$41.
I think tonight could be a similar night. But it all depends on this game, like you
40.
said.
Well, in that week, Lee Budgeon was playing Fallon Sherrick in the final match, and Budgeon had two positions he could finish in the group, first or last. Just remarkable. He lost the game and finished last.
That is incredible. No pressure.
133.
Perfect. And I think that the way in which David Evans is throwing right now, I think that this 170 is going to go.
91. David Carr,
Peterson
170.
predicts. Does David deliver? Oh, when the first dart went in, I was right there with you, Dev.
105. Gary Carr, 130.
He now just needs to find the top of that. Oh, that is beautiful. He'll stay there.
Oh.
A big number. Oh.
We've all been there. Everyone watching's been there, Gary.
72. David Carr, 65.
The names Gary's calling himself right now.
Too good.
59.
Too bad.
Gary Carr, 58.
Gary
38.
Stone.
David Carr,
Missing the
6.
tops tonight. He couldn't miss yesterday. Today he just can't penetrate. 2 threes and
Showing the
David
fake
Evans
flag, David
finds it.
Evans.
Now that we're talking about the 94s and the 91s and all of those things,
Six that Gary to
65,
throw
is that the
first.
right shot
Game
to go
on.
for?
Well, good question. And I am going to say no.
60.
I could agree with you there.
I don't think it is.
Because you're actually going for ball.
I'm hoping you miss.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's the most negative throw you can have. So the shot should be either 57
60.
or 45.
Yep. $33.
42.
Yeah, it could work. But you just saw David Evans there hit the bullseye, and then you still have to kind of burn a dart, so it would be...
If it was Ashley Coleman, it'd be 15.
125.
Single 15.
Straight away, yeah.
$87.
Both players averaging almost exactly the same. The only thing that changes is Gary Stone's checkout percentage that we were boasting about yesterday. Tonight, he's definitely left that shoes at home.
Yeah, it was superb in that department.
140.
Yesterday, Gary Stone checking out at 51.72%. Wasn't even the best in the group. Adam Modus, 54.17%. And David Evans had exactly 50%.
Littered with fantastic finishing. But tonight, Gary Stone is on 18.818%.
And if you want to know why certain players finished where
60.
they finished, Gary Stone had the most double attempts last night. 29 double attempts he had. Top of the table. Mervyn King had 28. Bottom of the table. Only hit 5.
55. David Carr 116.
Same story, different ending.
Well, Evans closing in here on exacting revenge on that
76.
defeat that he had at the end of last evening.
Is that a little too late, Gary?
140.
Or will
Carr,
David
40.
Evans give you another shot? That is the question. He's missed the double tops a few times, but double 10 is hit all
He's
night,
on the
and
match, David Evans.
it continues to hit all night long. David Evans beats Gary Stone 4-2. Both players averaging similar. Same attempts on the double. David Evans hitting it twice as many times. See there the percentage shots on the checkout success is the differentiating factor in this game. Player really hitting the heights that they have yesterday. But next up we'll have Adam Mould versus Mervyn King.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn Van Velzen. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series live on Pluto TV, where Mervyn King is looking to launch a bit of a great escape after a disappointing Thursday night. The King is looking to reign on Friday. takes on Adam Mould in his opening match. And King only won one match yesterday. However, if he can win this, because of the way the opening game went, there will only be 2 points between all of the players in the group. If Mould wins it, though, King is looking cut adrift. 4 points from third place. If he wins it, he's 2 points from first place. This could be the start of a remarkable turnaround from Mervyn King, who has never failed to make it through to a finals night. He didn't make his debut that long ago. He won his first week, but then he also got through to finals night on Champions Week, and again in the International Pairs Spectacular that we held here just a week ago.
First leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
But like you said, Chris, with all the permutations, it's not impossible for Merv King to come out on top. So the top of the throne
100.
after today's games. It's going to mean that he's going to have to have a flawless evening to manage that.
180.
And he is signalling his intentions from the off.
Do not say it. Do not say it.
70.
Oh, I'm not saying anything. Now? Can I say it now?
No. Oh. See? It's the energy you bring. Second dart
100.
always. Merv King there just giving us a bit of a taste of what we can expect tonight.
I tell you what, it might be the time of night or
60.
just the way my strange mind works, but I'm looking at that scoreboard and it sounds like an excellent cleaning product, doesn't it?
Mould King for the toughest
68.
stains.
One blast and Mould is in the past.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is what happens when you stay too long in the booth.
140. McGuire 153.
153 for the breaker throw, but looking to set it up. 77 leaves him 76. Does the dartboard math there. What a dart.
137.
I can
McGuire
tell with
131.
the control and composure. Merv King's means business. Adam Mould. 54 left, so he's going to go 14.
91.
Finds it nicely.
McGuire
Double tops,
16.
plays double 8. Merv King likes the side of the board. Straight in line with his arm. That should be in. Steps it just to kind of use the dart as a... Oh, that is a blocker. He cannot believe that. He's going to have to move all the way over to the right. He's almost stood next to Paul Hinks.
8.
And that is
Adam
8.
McGuire,
And
40.
Adam Mould loves to tell the tale. This would hurt King, though. This would hurt him.
Game show on the first leg, Adam
I
Mould.
wouldn't be surprised if we see the... That's
Second leg,
it.
Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Expected the really going through there.
Can almost see inside his mind at times, can't you, Mervyn King?
140.
180 to kick off the last leg, 140 to kick off this one. He means business tonight, but he's a leg behind after those 3 missed starts at double, and that's going to bring his double
140.
percentage for the group down even further. That's been the real problem for Mervyn King.
Correct. You said he threw 28 shots at double, only hit 5. Now, that's
41.
moved up a long way to 31 and still hit 5.
$140.
The thing is, Mould is such a... Adam is such a... Like, it doesn't make you feel like he's playing well. When you look up, he's just averaging a shy of just over a touch over 100. And now Mervyn King also moving into 106 territory. So both players really
43.
playing well, and we saw
Mervyn McGuire,
Adam Mould
140.
against David Evans yesterday. Also a tough encounter. Merv King there going with a split
97.
of 140. I do not feel that is a strong way to go. It always means you have to burn a dart if you miss.
128. Mervyn McGuire, 43.
So can King start sorting out this doubling? Ups or tops? Not really the Mervyn King MO, that is it? Changing things
Game show on the second
and
leg.
changing
Mervyn
fortunes.
King.
Mervyn King, who's producing an excellent scoring performance, finally
Third leg
lands a
Adams to
double
throw
at the
first.
fifth time of
Game on.
asking to level the game at 1 apiece.
$95.
Adam Mould is so unassuming. Just nothing. It doesn't scream brilliant performance, but if you look up, is always in a treble or two.
96.
And he stands all the way to the right of the hockey. Throws inward, and there's always a lick of the lips, though. I'm not
61.
too sure what is. Players have these little quirks and with their hands, and I mean, Richie Burnett has the scorpion kick. Adam Mould licks his lips.
I used to play in the pub and I used to stick my tongue out.
140.
Didn't know I was doing it for a long time until someone pointed it out, and then it's all I could think about.
Like a frog. Chris the Frog Murphy.
100.
Game's hanging in the balance here now. Feel as though they're going to have to change there. He has to change. He's going to go treble 18. Has to go treble 18.
98.
A little bit of a hop in his step there.
$60. Mervyn McGuire, 167.
So he's got 6 darts from here, Mervyn King. This would be for a break of throw.
$57.
I'm going to call it early, Devon. You know when they say football teams are too good to be relegated? I think Mervyn King's too good not to qualify. I think he's going to get through. I think he'll find a way tonight.
I think just looking at the opening 3 legs, though, easily in control of the
21.
scoring side.
Mervyn McGuire, 110.
It's given Adam Mould an opportunity early on. And his first dart has been good most of the throws. So I think that,
42.
I mean, the only person
Adam
standing
McGuire,
in
164.
Mervyn's way is Mervyn.
Yeah, fair point.
66. Mervyn McGuire, 68.
Treble 20, the first target found. Double 4.
Game show on the third leg.
Maybe
Mervyn
the
King.
doubling demons are behind him. That will make him feel very, very
Fourth leg,
good.
Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Can Mervyn be the king on the outer ring? Could it be a change tonight in fortunes? We've seen Gary Stone yesterday, and like you said, Adam Mould is probably the best on checking out.
81.
If Mervyn King eliminates his opportunities, it would mean that he can't win the game. But I think that just
40.
you can just tell the way in which Mervyn's approaching the game. There's a determination.
And how often do we see the top quality players really turn it on
93.
Fridays when the finish line's in sight, when there's that extra bit of motivation, that extra bit of intensity just takes over, and they know how to rise to the big occasion.
100.
I think it's the standard of playing knockout most of your career. So the only time Mervyn King in the PDC would have played kind of round robin would have been in the Grand Slam.
140.
So every time you play, it is you're playing towards a winning line for the next round. And I think that is what sparks it. It's that survival. Almost
97.
players almost feel like they have enough time to find rhythm, find Mervyn King found himself in a tough spot tonight, but digging himself amazingly out of it. And
137.
we did say in the top of the show that he's the kind of player that can string victories on and could find himself qualify.
Well, where will he go on 50? Because he went for tops when he had 43.
100. Mervyn McGuire,
I
50.
think he'll reset and go for 18s. Ooh, that looks like a 10. Oh, it's changed. Oh, yeah. Stay on the 10s.
30.
Suddenly, after
Adam McGuire,
40 years of going for
164.
double 16, Mervyn King's become a tops man.
What they say? Change is like a holiday.
94.
As good as a rest, and he certainly needs a rest.
Mervyn
He's been
McGuire,
here
20.
3 out of 4 weeks. 2 10s. Double 5. Now, this is why
Game shot on
the
the fourth
40
leg.
split
Mervyn
isn't
King.
always a favoured approach, but he's found that double 5. And Mervyn King
Fifth leg,
is
Adam
on the
through
brink of
first.
victory
Game
here.
on.
And I think a first game like this, an opener game, especially against Adam Mould, knowing that Adam Mould can
83.
take some games off players above him. I mean, this would make your head kind
57.
of ache with all the permutations. No wonder you sat there with a headache all the time because you're having to work it out.
93.
Mervyn King now on the brink of victory. Feels as though that's a great throw there. Feels like he was didn't use
100.
it. And he stares it down. First out perfectly placed in the middle of the bed. Just pitching the other two low. Adam Moldier will want to
100.
counter and agonizingly close there. And only finding a ton. That's when you know you're at a high level. Especially when you have first darts drop in.
60.
These players almost expect to follow. Have a minimum at least 2 in the bed. Because then it would be a use of that. And you'll see that. No grimace. None whatsoever. Mervyn King just wiping his brow. It is a summer day in Portsmouth. Sun's still out.
95.
In the building.
Adam McGuire, 85.
85 now for Mould, just to hold the throw. But has another shot if he doesn't take it out.
53.
So he's opted.
Yeah, it's a chance to apply pressure, isn't it, to Mervyn King, just by being within a leg of him.
60. Adam McGuire, 32. Game shot on the fifth leg, Adam Mould.
And he does get within touching distance.
Sixth leg, Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
This you feel is the leg that Mervyn King just took a break in the previous leg.
81.
This is the one that he would apply pressure. This is the one that he serves out. You wouldn't want to go to a last leg decider.
140.
He's let go of bigger advantages than this in his career, hasn't he, Mervyn King? I mean, that really comment came from that famous Masters final, wasn't it, when he led James Wade 9-2 and ended up losing 11-10.
100.
Really?
Something similar happened at the World Grand Prix against Michael van Gerwen as well. You wouldn't let him take your dog for a walk, would you? Can't hold on to a lead.
26.
That's why they pay you the big money, Merv.
Is that what you think?
99.
Spontaneous. Unlimited pit of comments and wisdom.
I'll let you into a secret. It's usually recycled, Devon.
77.
Not an original thought in my head.
Merv King now 2-1. feel as though can't go trebleless here because the
80.
mold lurking. I feel as though the first dart lands. I think that there could be a maximum. That's a good dart, though. You would want to use it. The second one will go.
100.
Can't believe it. He knows how important that is. 2 trebles there would have given him a 118, a better chance, but a 141. Ooh, this would hurt. Merv King starts his ascendance with a 4-2 victory against Adam Old with the ton plus checkout 141. Advantage performance there, 91.56. Quite hot on that stage, but certainly the King turning it on. Adam Old was left to only 3 opportunities. He took out 2, but another King there running riot. Next up, we have Gary Stone versus James Hubbard.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
The moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
jockey with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
McGuire,
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that situation there,
Charlie
George
McGuire,
Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
required
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the job
Got
done.
in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Well, it is getting very, very exciting, very interesting, and very, very congested in Group B this evening. And that's before James Hubbard has even thrown a dart tonight. There are only 2 points separating all of the players in the group. Gary Stone, top of the table on 6. David Evans has joined him by beating him. Mervyn King has joined Adam Mould on 4 by beating him. And James Hubbard has 4 himself. And if he can get the better of Stone here, then that pattern will remain. There'll still be only 2 points separating all of them. And we could have one of the most climactic finishes we've ever seen in a group. Third appearance, Hubbard yet to make it through to a Saturday. That's his big motivation this week. And it didn't start well for him last night, Devon, but it ended well. 2 wins at the back end of the evening.
I had a chat with him early on, and as he came in, and he kind of said, yeah, he just felt a bit nervous. He said, he got back on the stage, giving everybody respect. So obviously, it's players that he's not have seen it for a long time. Everybody would have known what James Hubbard was like when he was on his ascendance in the PDC.
Game on.
Would have encountered many of the players. But when he got onto the stage, there was a bit of nerves, and he wanted to almost be perfect in every single element.
57.
And he said that you watch some of his games back, listen to our commentary, and try and implement exactly what we were saying. So I hope that we were saying right things.
Yeah, I had a little catch up with him as well, and he mentioned how he was sort of really trying to be really too measured, too precise at times, 96. And when he was just letting them go, they were going in. He's trying to strike that balance, and it's a promising start. His first 3 darts were good.
$96.
I did say that his fluency is going to try and work on that today, but just try and implement that. But like when you get onto
44.
stage, and he was saying that when he plays in the pub, it's great. He's got everything kind of measured in a sense. He knows exactly, and he can perform, and he's playing well. And he just wants to show that he can play well again. But I mean, so far,
79.
So far, he's been finding the treble segment with ease. And Gary Stone is a player he beat yesterday as well. Gary Stone quickly, if it's a repeat offence, Gary doesn't get the victory over James Hubbard.
96.
Be 2 losses out of 2, and that could kind of open up a can of worms in the standings.
140. James Yucar 90.
90 now for James Hubbard. 15 dart break. And this could be important though. Double 15 now. Steps back like that. I do like that. Obscure double.
82.
Could have opted to split though, considering that Gary Stone was on 138. And Gary Stone not huffing and puffing, but smiling as well. Playing with a different purpose.
83. James Yucar 8.
Double 4 now for James Hubbard. 16 darts are coming in. Bends the wire. Wants to just park it next to that one. Bounces off. Last dart in hand.
Game shot on the first
what
leg,
a
James
shot
Hubbard.
that is. And could have been easily distracted there.
Second leg,
Maybe
James to throw first.
Considering changing that stem. The penguin one as well.
One of 13 PDC World Youth Champions, James Hubbard. I'll give the audience at home time to note them all down and reveal the answer in the next leg.
100.
There'll be some players who, if you've not followed that particular tournament, you would have thought would have won it, but haven't.
96.
And 1 or 2 that have gone on to do great things since. Others that maybe haven't seen their career pan out the way they would have hoped.
$100.
Great start, yeah, by James now again.
$98.
You want to slide it again in there, but you can tell with their fluencies there, James is on song and he's starting to trust his throw.
78.
Gary Stone not at the races yet. And I say yet because it's all about a flick of a switch. We do know that 2 wins potentially could see him qualify.
84.
Does have a strong leg deficit or difference compared to other players. I know David Evans.
134. James Bucar,
Exactly
82.
the same leg difference.
Bullseye. And tops, this is getting very interesting. If Hubbard can win this match like he did last night.
42. Gary Bucar, 95.
Does he go 25 or does he go 57? Goes 57. Now he's going to have to go double-double. Does not get it. So now he's going to go 17 for tops.
Well, he even missed the dart when he tried to catch it then, Devon.
55. James
It's not a good
Bucar,
idea to
40.
throw darts and try to catch them. Sharp, pointy things.
Bends the wire now. James Hubbard
Getting shot on
holds the
second
throw
leg.
and a
James Hubbard.
17 darter. Yeah, James starting off solid.
Third leg Gary to throw first. Game on.
He did say that there was a loads of negative talk. Just negative thoughts as well.
140.
Felt like there was imposter syndrome happening. Surrounded by all of these top quality players. And he went home and kind of had a chat with himself.
57.
Realized very quickly that it's not the way it should be. He's James Hubbard, the youth world champion or former youth world champion.
Yeah, and that brings me on nicely to
91.
the little challenge I set our viewers. How many of the 13 can you name? So there's one of them, James Hubbard. Also, Bradley Brooks, Keegan Brown, Corey Cadby, Ted Everts. 3 of the 4 have played here at the Super Series. Max Hopp, Luke Humphreys, of course, Luke Littler,
60.
Aaron Monk, Josh Rock, Michael Smith, Dimitri Vandenberg, and Jan van Veen.
100.
Bunch of talented individuals.
Didn't see Devon Peters on the list, but then again, it didn't start till 2011.
I was a mature man by then.
41. Gary Bucar, 170.
170 for Stone, not going. Hubbard a long way off in this leg.
64.
Allowed a brain break. We just want to find something again before it gets to the end of the leg, just so that he can start off his throw.
60.
Fluency, I like
Gary
it.
Bucar, 106.
Interesting question for you, actually. Let's just see if Stone takes this out. 106 is the target, and now it's tops.
86.
Because James Wade, for example, in this position is quite well known for not maybe focusing quite as much as most players would. Is there an argument, actually, that's a good thing, that you're not using up the mental energy at times when you don't need it, therefore the
100.
reserves are there when
Gary
you do?
Bucar, 20.
That's 100%. I mean, if you're not in a leg, there's no need to burn out energy. You're just going to go flow and find the momentum because you're not chasing. He's in a
10.
position of advantage. He's 2-1 up. 2-0 up at this point in time. And if the opportunity does rise, like now would be an area where you kind of exert a bit because you could put it under some pressure. And yeah, you just want to leave something handy. 25 could be the shot.
133. Gary Bucar,
I even
10.
thought he was thinking about the 180 for a moment then, just to make Paul Hinks call
Yeah,
it
he
out
showed
and
the
put
third
more
leg,
pressure on
Gary
Gary Stone. It would have been a strange choice. In the end, it was academic. Stone hit the
Fourth
double
leg James
5,
to throw first.
and it's
Game
2-1.
on.
But now, because of that last shot now, you'd almost feel as though James Hubbard is almost gone into his throw again. So regardless of that Stone hit the double, he was always going to be in the advantageous spot. But now, James Hubbard, because of the last throw, could focus really and just bring it all together. Almost gave himself a brain break.
100.
But if Gary Stone does lose this game, he will fall from the top of the table. David Evans will replace him. James Hubbard will join the pair of them on 6 and move into the top 3
134.
for the first time. And we're going to see Mervyn, King and Evans next. If King wins that and Hubbard wins this, we could have 4 players on 6 points.
140.
And then when Adam Mould plays James Hubbard in the game after, we could have all of them on 6 points, Devon. It's on. The equal group.
$97.
Then you're going to have a 9-dart shootout with everybody.
Unfortunately, during the week, we don't have 9-dart shootouts, but that is a thought
41.
that maybe could be brought in future. Points are the first differential, of course, then leg difference, then legs won, then head-to-head wins, then legs won in head-to-head, and if it is all level on those things, it comes down to the overall averages. Who said averages don't matter, eh?
70.
I feel as though the 9-dart shootout, what we saw seen with Scott Campbell, that was fantastic. I'd like to see more of that.
Yeah, maybe seeing more of those on
100.
Saturday nights.
Change your car 20.
Checking the stone score here. Does still go for the 555.
10.
I think having a look almost
Carry your
suggested that he
car
didn't want to.
120.
555 is especially with 2 darts in hand, you kind of go the first one, you're going to go gingerly to it. Gary Stone
80.
looking to steal it.
Change your
He
car
might go
10.
now for the split though. On the 10. And he's looking directly at the split, so.
Trying to compose himself here. He knows this is big, James Hubbard. He's got himself 2 darts at 4. That becomes 1 at 2.
6.
Oh, and they weren't badly thrown.
Carry your car 40.
Bending wires all the time, and Gary Stone, yeah, needs a 10 now.
Game shot
Finds the
with 4
10 level game. James Hubbard giving him up the opportunity.
Fifth leg Gary
Now
to
needing to
first.
bounce back.
Game on.
Will he bounce back? I mean, Gary's been fighting himself all the time on the hockey.
Hubbard won this one in a last leg decider last night.
77.
That seemed to roll down the dartboard like a pinball machine, didn't it? Collided with every bit of metal on the board. And James Hubbard
180.
powers up.
$97.
The James Hubbard throw, yeah.
58.
There's less of a hinge. Yesterday we seen a bit more hinge on it, which caused him to lose control. Today is more controlled.
78.
Certainly seeing a best scoring, yeah. Both players mid-80s. James Hubbard to 180s, but it's the outer ring that has been his Achilles heel.
58.
2 out of 14. It's not the greatest checkout percentage, only 14%.
100.
Gary Stone. That almost defeats his kind of demeanor. And that will certainly give James a bit of motivation. He will stay. He's done that a few times, and I feel as though he should just go with his natural thought.
135. Got a car 149.
And this is coming up to when you see the score before you approach the hockey. You have to know your game plan. Changing your game plan, it's almost as if you don't believe you're going to hit 2 in the treble.
44. Change your car 70.
Well, he's got a big chance again. Fair play to him, having been broken in that manner, to have carved out this opportunity against the throw. His credit to James Hubbard. Can he take the opportunity that he's made for himself?
Game shot
Yes,
on the
he
fifth leg,
can.
James Hubbard.
James is rolling back the years.
Sixth leg James to throw first. Game on.
No more youth anymore now. 32. It's closer to the seniors tour than he is to the youth Championship. Certainly playing like old James Hubbard, and you can
57.
tell that there's a confidence growing. If James Hubbard inflicts another loss here against Gary Stone, it'll be 2 from 2 for
62.
Hubbard. But it'll be 2 losses.
It's still in his hands, isn't it? He needed 2 wins before the night started. It doesn't matter which wins he gets.
And this was the 2 wins he had at the end of the night as well.
Yep.
55.
Great omens, great start, great players. And I think that for James, there's an opportunity here, psychologically, because these are the 2 players that he beat.
99.
Absolutely. 8 points usually gets you through. 10 points will definitely get you through. So if he wins 3 matches tonight, he will be through. We have seen players not get through on 8 points. What we've never seen is 2 players not get through on 8 points. That is a possibility
97.
tonight. In order for that to happen, Devon, they'd all have to have 8 points at the end of the night.
140.
I feel as though a treble visit here for James Hubbard now would give him the shot. Definitely trying it.
45.
Unsuccessful. So Gary Stone now has an opportunity to break back and then throw for the match. And what a time to throw 180. Paul Hinks with a legendary 180 shout. Very familiar voice. Could there be a response to this 180? James Hubbard.
180. Got a car 20.
Again, Paul Hinks's voice
Getting
in
shown the
full
6 flag,
throttle,
Gary
but
Stone.
Gary Stone closing the door on the opportunity.
7th and
And
final
now
leg.
3
Gary
all,
through
final
first.
leg.
Game on.
Well, Hubbard won the last leg decider last night. He had the darts. This time, it's Stone who will throw first.
$100. $83.
Both players landing just sensible jabs. The key to a
60.
last leg decider is not to have a trebleless visit. If you can manage that, you will carve out an opportunity. Gary Stone had the first trebleless visit there. So it would be advantage. James Hubbard
55.
does not take advantage. Back level now. Chasing around for trebles.
99.
Finds it with the last dart, and what a dart that was. David Beckham-esque.
All the pressure on Hubbard now, but he's straight in the red bit. Oh, so
80.
unfortunate.
Now 39 behind, or 41 behind for James Hubbard, but
What a
Gary
delay!
Stone turning up.
Well, Hubbard has to match him. There is no other thing he can do here. And he's not going to do that. So Stone looks like he is going to turn it around and keep himself at the top of the table.
41. Got your car 62.
Double top.
42.
We've been talking about how close the group could be. Well, Gary Stone, if he does step forward and land that double 10, he'll be 4 points clear of 4th place James Hubbard and 5th place Mervyn King, and 1 win away from securing qualification. So the damage of that first
40.
defeat may have
Got your
been
car 20.
rectified, and Gary Stone is on course for a Saturday at the Super Series. If he crosses the line.
15.
Not sensible at all. Could have gone for 244, considering that James Hubbard is on 202. You feel as though a 180 scream here from Paul Hinks. It's not beyond James Hubbard, but he wanted to manage
85. Gary, your car 5.
5 now, the shot.
Game shot on the match, Gary Stone.
Gary Stone with a victory over James Hubbard. Last leg decider. 180, saving his skin there and giving him ample time to finish. Finishing the game 4-3. James Hubbard's percentage on the checkouts, 3 out of 15. Which was his Achilles heel, and Gary Stone 4 out of 14. So not the masterclass on finishing, but Gary Stone beating him 4 legs to 3. Next up, we have Merv King versus David Evans.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series darts channel on Pluto TV, free and live for your viewing pleasure. And it's been interesting evening so far, but Gary Stone has just taken a step towards securing a spot in the finals tomorrow. David Evans here, hoping to do the same with victory over Mervyn King, but Mervyn King was back to his old self after an off night last night when he beat Adam Mould 4-2. And if King can get the better of David Evans here, then he will climb into the qualification places for the first time.
First leg, Mervyn, you throw first. Game on.
This was the game yesterday that served up that nearly record-breaking average. David Evans achieving the 120, and
140.
it was also part of the the 8 legs on the shot that Merv suffered. Defeat, back-to-back 4-0 losses. You almost feel as though there's a bit of
99.
nostalgia, but King going first and the way in which he's throwing, you would want to repay that. You want to avenge that loss, and he's doing well so far.
This is brilliant. Absolutely top level stuff from Mervyn King.
$140.
Something similar, but Merv King racing, yeah. After 6 left on 181, you feel as though it's going to be 81 or
87.
You're finding 87, so 94 left for Merv. Maximum could rescue it. Does not like that. Needs to go over the dart.
53.
Just the wrong
Mervyn
side.
94.
Mervyn King here looking to hold through. Wanted it to be, might go 54 again. 72 left, so 48 is the target.
38.
David Evans still not anywhere close, so Mervyn King himself now should have 2 darts on double tops. And after all his life throwing on 32,
59.
he's changed to top,
Mervyn
so
56.
let's see if he continues that.
Game shot on the first
Working
leg,
for him
Mervyn
tonight.
King.
15 dart start, hold a throw for Mervyn King.
Second leg,
Against the
David
man
is
who
in first.
demolished him
Game
last
on.
night with that monster average of more than 120. That's better than even Mervyn King has managed in his entire career. Highest average on record for Mervyn King, 115.62.
140.
Trust me, 120 is no easy feat. I mean, to be that good. And I mean, yeah, people's going to say, yeah, but it's a quick
59.
format. It's still 4 legs. It's not quick in, I mean, the further extended format is obviously on the PDC Pro Tour, but 4 legs is 4 legs.
You know, the record of Mervyn
60.
was World Series of Darts Finals 2021 against James Wade. On the average 115.62. One of 5 career averages of more than 110.
57.
First was back in 2006.
Merv's actually thrown a 9 darter in South Africa as well. At the Empress Palace.
100.
One of the pilots for the first World Series. Who would have known? It was going to be, it was going to turn out the way it is now. World Series are
81.
experiencing globally. We saw some announcements for Australia and New Zealand. The game has just gone crazy.
But the home of darts these days is Portsmouth.
139.
The Live Lounge, a Modus Super Series. At some point, more darts will have been thrown in this room than anywhere else, surely.
94. David Lucar 62.
62 now for David Evans. 2 darts. This could be a pop-up finish and a 14 darter.
30.
Does not go, but no pressure. King left on 210. I feel as though King is going to time his run here to perfection.
80.
He just
David
wanted to
Lucar
find ways to
52.
follow that dart, and he just could not believe it.
Game shot on the second leg, David
32
Evans.
for David Evans. Level pegging. 1 all.
Do you
They're
know
like
who
moving you through
the 9
first.
darter was
Game on.
against in the South African Masters?
James Wade.
It was James Wade. They have got history, those two, haven't they?
Remember, James Wade actually came to South Africa, and his
140.
finger was injured. It was He said he was chopping some logs and injured his finger. But Mervyn King did not care.
Well, the 4 players that came over were Phil Taylor, James Wade, Mervyn King, and John Part, who played against Evan Peterson, I believe.
Yeah, he was lucky as well. That was the first.
58.
That was my first encounter with the PDC, as in playing on the stage. I lost in the finals of the World Champ qualifier that year, and then we had an opportunity to play the pro. I drew John Part, actually not knowing that I was going to draw him.
140.
Thought we'd just talk over that
Yep.
night.
Wasn't going to say anything.
But yeah, I mean, that was a great opportunity for me. It was the time where Matt Porter said, if you feel you're ready,
42.
come over and give yourself a shot. This is before they announced the Q school. I thought, well, it's a great incentive. The next year, worked really hard, played really hard, and found myself
132.
winning most of the trophies that year, winning a lot of the competitions nationally and continentally. Then made my way over to the Q school. First of the World Champs, played Norman Madu, lost against Jamie Caven. And then went to the got my tour card.
140. David O'Carr, 49.
Blind ambition. Look now.
Yep. Led you
Game shot on the third leg.
to be
David
sat here
Evans.
next to me.
Speaking about David Evans throwing 120
Fourth leg,
averages.
David to throw first. Game on.
And he's turned it around here. He's started to pick it up, isn't he? He's actually averaging 104 in this game now, David Evans. That was an 11 darter.
100.
I did have 5 perfect whilst we were talking. I just wanted to avoid you using the mic because you have been seen as the jinx. I think that there, is that the fatigue kicking in? Or is it just more frustration?
36.
Started off well. Thought this was going to be the turnaround. Thought this was going to be it. But David Evans just can't allow him to find any confidence or comfortability on that stage. You've seen what he can do.
76.
He's got that treble on a string.
I do love watching Mervyn King. He just looks like a player that is living and breathing every dart, doesn't he? He reacts. He works so hard.
100.
He is a top quality player. Has been for decades. Just always found him a fascinating watch.
$100.
Been around for a long, long time, so you can almost understand there's loads of experiences, loads of scars, loads of wins,
99.
loads of losses and bad losses, like you said, against James Wade. Also MVG.
He's made it to the final of many of the big tournaments in
100.
PDC darts, but never got that glorious moment. That Masters final is the one that we've spoken about before, but he also made it to the decider in
58.
the
David
World
O'Carr,
Grand Prix.
125.
Players' Championship finals on a couple of occasions. Premier League. As Evans here looks for a 25. Oh, he's decided against it. Fair play, double 12. Great finish.
Game shot on the fourth leg. David
Smart
Evans.
finish as well, Devon.
Fifth leg, Mervyn to throw first.
125 in
Game
game was going to be the shot, but David Evans and his relationship now with Mervyn King will be thinking, why me? What is wrong with you?
60.
Did get his big win at the World Masters in the BDO days. Famously beaten in the 2004 Lakeside final against Andy Fordham.
The late great.
But David Evans is finding the form that he
95.
found last night. Maybe not the same level in this match, but he's pretty much playing to his average for the entire evening here. Around the 103 mark, there is not much that Mervyn King can do.
Can actually see here that David Evans has just slowed his game
85.
down a tad bit. I don't know if it's because of Mervyn King walking gingerly to the board. You can just
100.
tell there's a lot of slow movement. You can tell there's a lot of composure. It's really giving him time to get all of it correct.
45.
That just offers a bit of optimism to King here. He is throwing first, but a slack visit from Evans allows King to think, well, at least I can get back within touching distance here. Although
I think he thinks that.
Yeah.
Not with that
58.
reaction. And living and breathing every dart and feeling as though every time you miss, it's like swallowing blades. Just hurts every single time. And that could be a nice setup, yeah.
99.
Only a 99. $140 from King, yeah, we'll put him in the shop.
140.
And certainly first to the finish. The question now is will he go 16 double 16 or will he go 8 for tops? He's not hit the tops. He's hit the 10s though.
123.
Under pressure the shot will be. So that's to save his skin.
Back to Old Faithful.
Getting shot on the 5th leg, Mervyn King.
And he finds it to keep himself in contention.
6th leg, David to throw first. Game on.
David Evans will have to serve out the match, and you feel as though it's going to need to be something tasty. Because Mervyn King can switch it around, flip this game on its head, give us a last leg, and then he'll be throwing for the match. And that, if he picks that dart up now,
40.
consider it is going to be a sore back as he comes up.
Gave me a sore back watching it.
$100.
I'm struggling with a back issue. Mervyn King, the last thing you want is a bloke stood in front of you with a stretch on the back of his shirt.
56.
See a grimace there from Mervyn King already every time. I mean, he gets here quite early, so he's always on the board. That puts extra pressure on their back, but when you have
38.
to lean over, nobody else is going to rush to pick it up, though. This could be a max. This could be a max.
140.
Could have been a max. But perfect timing as well, though.
Well, if Evans can close out the win, you feel, although not mathematically certain, but you feel that him and Gary Stone are pretty safe, and it would be a three-way battle between Mould, Hubbard and King for the final spot. Like I say, both be on 8 points. The other three would remain on 4.
81.
And Mould and Hubbard are going to play each other next.
$95. David Carr, 142.
Well, we saw Mervyn King take out the 170 on Monday. Can he do it again
102.
to save
Carr,
himself
170.
in this game?
$58.
Double
David
tops
Carr,
has not
40.
been favourable for David Evans. But this
Being shown
time
the
it
match,
is.
David Evans.
David Evans walks away the victor. Close to a ton average there, 99. Mervyn King only managing 83, 50% on checkout, but David Evans having 66% on his checkout. In the game 4-2. Next we'll have James Hubbard. This is Adam Mould.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Nuke, Luke Littler!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series live on Pluto TV, where we are going to see a meeting in the middle of the table now, but a very important one between Adam Mould and James Hubbard. Both of these players on 4 points along with Mervyn King, but one of them will move on to 6, which will put them in 3rd place. And 3 go through from this group. Looks like David Evans and Gary Stone are pretty safe. They're on 8 points. 10 would confirm qualification for any player in Group B. However, 8 may well be enough tonight.
Looks like
So
James
they
is through
look
first.
like they're in very strong positions.
Game on.
The winner of this would put them on their shoulder and ahead of the final quarter of this group in a provisional qualification spot.
60.
Yesterday, Adam played against James, and probably the worst game of his evening.
80.
But fell short and gave James an opportunity to find that resurgence. Was the start of the 2 victories that he found. He beat Adam Mould and Gary Stone.
134.
Went to a last leg decider in the game before this against Gary Stone and came up short. But like you said, Murph, 8 points might see you there.
96.
10 will definitely guarantee you there.
Yep, so the winner of this is on 6 and in a strong position. James Hubbard was really
100.
determined to make it through to a finals night now. 3rd appearance here. Hasn't experienced a Saturday yet.
45.
It's been great to see James Hubbard and to hear from him. He's still got things he wants to do in the game. Spoke of perhaps trying to find a way to play for England and
121.
have some success on the WDF circuit, which he didn't really pursue as a younger player.
140.
I think
James McGuire,
what
86.
Modus obviously offers is that kind of platform. As he goes here for 86. That's the wrong bed. Perfect dart. He knows that he's got 32. He's hit this target many a time.
Getting shown
And
the
he
first
still
leg,
continues
James
to hit
Hubbard.
it. That 86 was a bit of a Jackie Chan way through
Second
the
leg Adam
window.
to through first. Game on.
Out the back door and into the pool. James Hubbard holding throw and Adam Mould in the same position he was last night.
100.
Now Hubbard, having lost his first couple of games, managed to beat Adam Mould 4-2 when this pair went head-to-head yesterday.
134.
What I am seeing of James is that there is a renewed confidence and belief after yesterday's 2 wins. I think if he went winless
41.
yesterday, it would have been a problem. I think that him returning today with 2 wins in and amongst the positions has given him a bit of confidence, but a belief.
100. $34.
That could be an opportunity now. James Hubbard now dropping down. 57.
97.
Big fish, but certainly won't be reeled in. He will go 18 if he hits 2 trebles. Or might
60.
he go for it?
James McGuire, 170.
Wouldn't be sensible though. He's not going to have a shot.
But he's going to be in a strong position to double his lead in the match. And that
134.
is the perfect setup for James Hubbard.
Treble 19 shot tonight has been phenomenal. When the dart is blocked, there's some pressure on
140.
it.
James McGuire, 36.
36 now. Have to go over to the left side of the board. Who now looks over and wants to see.
Again, it goes back to your point from earlier, Devon. He should know what he's on. He should know what his opponent's on before he
James on
gets
the
to the
second
hockey.
leg, James Hubbard.
But on that occasion, it hasn't stopped him winning the leg.
Third leg, James to throw first. Game on.
Yeah, you have to know. Creates a distraction, stops the rhythm. As you see there's a nice little zoom in on the James Hubbard throw. Certainly focused a lot
57.
more, no hinging tonight. Which means that players do listen to what you say. So if you provide some great insight like yourself, Paul Nicholson, Henry Deacon,
All right, don't go too far.
Glenn Durant.
123.
But yeah, but I think that commentators that kind of offer that kind of assistance, analytical as well. Players do listen to it.
60.
So when you do talk nonsense or
Oh, they let you know about it then as well when you say something that they decide is offensive to them.
140.
it is the relationship of Gary Anderson and many of the pundits. But I feel as though Gary uses that as fuel and just kind of creates a scenario where you can have a reason to have a beat Andy's
60.
bonnet. Great guy, great player, legendary Scotsman.
Yeah, some players do need that fuel, don't they? Very
56.
classic examples of sort of finding something to make him angry, and then he goes ballistic on the board.
Can Hubbard go ballistic now?
140.
That last one there, just a little flyer, but both players now on the same score. Mould would have thought that he had it in a place.
100.
Comfort. Feel as though a 2 turbo visit here will put the 82 under some pressure. Hubbard will be a bystander and just have to wait for an opportunity. But what kind of setup will it be?
64.
Not
Out of the
bad.
car, 82.
Top end for Mould.
62. James Car,
Would have been
120.
a breaker throw. Hubbard needing a big combo finish here to hold.
That's a great dart. Fantastic dart. James Hubbard now with an opportunity to hold on a 120.
80.
Just
Out of the car,
pushes
20.
it over. Gives Adam an opportunity. Yeah, will Adam take it? Ooh, double 5 tricky.
15.
And it is tricky.
James Car,
James
40.
Hubbard. Something in his cupboard. Let's go. Double tops now.
Game shot on the third leg, James Hubbard.
Carving out opportunities.
Yeah, and Adam Mould, who was superb on the
Fourth
doubles
leg,
last
Adam to throw
night, the
first.
best
Game on.
performer on the outer ring, struggling in this match. 0 from 4.
96.
But also, both these players are really good friends as well. And I think that would be an element where you play a friend. There's the intensity, the aggression,
82.
slightly a bit more lowered. But James Hubbard certainly got the killer instinct, averaging just over 100.
59.
I mean, 90, sorry. Adam Mould at 81, so 10 points the difference. But it is the checkout percentage. 4 shots on a double.
44.
0 on target.
$100.
A 4-0 victory, yeah, will help James Hubbard as well. He will leapfrog Adam Mould. And also distance in the leg difference as well.
121.
So that's such an important area of the table that nobody really pays attention to until it's
56.
the last couple of rounds.
$100.
A treble here, and it puts Mould in a good position in this leg. Unless Hubbard's got something
60.
huge, but
James Car,
that's
154.
not enough. Advantage Hubbard here as he hunts for a 4-0 victory that give him a huge boost in his pursuit of finals night. Another in there would have left him tops.
Now having to decide, having 76.
96. Out of the car,
96 scored.
130.
130, yeah. So bull shot is all he has to save himself from the whitewash, and
58.
not gonna
James
be.
Car, 58.
So James Hubbard to move into the qualification places. Wants double 10. And
James
that
on the match,
is an
James Hubbard.
enormous victory in more ways than one for James Hubbard. He's got the hold over Mould. 2 wins against the same player. And it is a 4-0 success that Hubbard has taken there to move himself on to 6 points. 2 behind the top 2, David Evans and Gary Stowe. 2 ahead of the bottom 2, Adam Mould and Mervyn King. It's going to be an interesting end to the evening. Stay with us.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. $44. $32. Charlie McGuire, 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls of this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
McGuire,
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
McGuire,
Oki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
McGuire,
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that
Charlie
situation there, George
McGuire,
Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia McGuire,
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
McGuire,
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia McGuire, 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go!
Couldn't
He
get the
gets
job
it.
done.
Got out of the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series on Pluto TV, where this is what we've seen so far in Group B tonight. David Evans getting the better of Gary Stone in the opener. Mervyn King then keeping his hopes alive by beating Adam Mould. Stone then seeing off James Hubbard before Evans beat King, and Hubbard got the better of Mould. Stone and King will do battle next, and if Gary wins this game, then the Scotsman will secure his spot in Saturday's finale for Week 1 of Series 11. King really needing a victory to keep up the pace with James Hubbard, who's just moved on to 6 points and he's in the top 3 on course to go through. But victory here for Gary Stone, and we will know the first qualifier from this group. Same will apply to David Evans in the next match against James Hubbard. But Mervyn King, well, having lost to Evans in his previous game, you would think he's going to have to win his last 2 to get through. He plays Stone here. Not guaranteed he'd be out, of course, if he loses it, but you think that King's going to have to get this one won and then get the win with a throw against James Hubbard in his last game.
First leg, Gary to throw first. Game on.
So Scotland-England showdown.
$140.
Great start from Gary Stone, and just feel as though David
81.
Evans definitely has Mervyn King's crown. Had 2 ton pluses against him. Gary Stone has had a
91.
troublesome evening so far on the outer ring. Complete contrast of the Gary Stone of last night.
100.
Fills it up. The royal stamp on the game. Mervyn King with a maximum in the opening leg against a throw. Pressurising
60.
Stone.
Oh, means he's going to have to pick that up.
120.
Yeah, and it was, I think that was in the treble 20, so he's thrown his last 6 darts perfectly, Mervyn King. In fact, 7 darts, last 7 darts have all gone in the treble 20, although one of them ended up on the floor.
100. Mervyn McGuire 120.
Early break a throw, yeah, for the King. Looking at 120. But a stray 5 takes the
29.
shot out of
Gary McGuire 110.
sight. And a 110, yeah. Gary will be a nice hold-up throw, and only 15 darter. Needs double 18 now.
74. Mervyn
I'm
McGuire
seeing
91.
something with Gary's throw, though. There's a bit of a mini Richie Burnett. Not quite the scorpion kick, but the head movement. That could be a bit of snatchiness coming in.
35.
Frustration on the face of
Gary
Mervyn
McGuire,
King
36.
as Gary Stone steps forward to try and cling on to his throw in the opener. Double 9.
18. Mervyn McGuire 56.
Smirks every single time that he misses. He's not huffing and puffing, though. Double tops. It's not hit tonight yet. Ooh.
Game shot on the first leg.
Goes the
Mervyn
long
King.
route, but finds it in the end, and a break of throw. Gary Stone.
Second leg, Mervyn, you
Pacing
throw
about.
first. Game on.
There's a sip of water, having a conversation with himself. Just plods along.
Here comes Merv again.
140.
140 on this occasion, but a good start to back up the break.
I think that Merv King is now thinking,
100.
if I beat Stone and I played James Hubbard in the last game, I could get through.
Oh, absolutely. You wouldn't have thought he was out of it. He's too experienced and wise for that. And
98.
not the type to write himself off. He has always had an uber confidence in his own ability.
140.
One of those players who genuinely believes if he goes up and plays his game, he will win.
93.
Solid 93. Great dartboard maths there. Now 180.
140.
140. So it
Mervyn
means
McGuire
that
170.
Merv King took out the big fish on Monday. Can he take out the big fish on Friday?
Well, he'd like to leave it handy because Stone's on a 3-figure out of his own here.
96.
Great last
Gary
start.
McGuire 121.
He's treble 70 now. Does not get it, so he's going to have to leave it handy.
57. Mervyn McGuire 74.
Merv King, yeah. If he stays straight, he will have 1 dot at double tops. If he finds that 42, he needs 9. Still 1 dot. Double 16.
42.
The outer.
Gary McGuire 64.
Gary Stone now steps up 64 to break the throw. 2 dots at double 8. Finds
Game
it,
shot on the
only needs
second leg.
1.
Gary Stone.
Stone breaks straight
Third leg
back.
Gary to throw first.
All Mervyn's
Game on.
hard work is undone immediately. And remember, if Stone wins this game, he is through. Guaranteed
43.
to join Jeff Smith, Tommy Morris and Danny Ayres at finals night from 7:30 on Saturday. When you're ready, Merv.
$100.
Exaggerated completion of the throw and the rest just nearly almost bending over onto his forearm.
54.
Gary Stone smirking every time there's a mess. Before he used to get quite perturbed with himself.
$100.
Keep it steady, keeping it straight. Mervyn King's game plan. Looks to me like Gary
100.
is not completing the throw. It's a very kind of stop mid-air and not fully extending.
$59.
Well, Devon, take a look from the side here. Tell us what you're seeing.
Definitely not completing the throw.
85.
That final one was, but it's almost as if he's just leaving it to almost going 70, 80% and not 100% full extension. You see Mervyn King there with a extended flick of the wrist, as
44.
he also does with which Joe Cullen does, is the screw in. You find him when he goes complete. The dart is more direct.
46.
Yeah, the little twizzle as he draws the dart back.
These little small things, I mean, players continuously play on a day-to-day basis or week-to-week. Perfect point of release. Just feel as though that exaggeration of that
56.
flick sometimes pulls the dart if it hangs on too long.
Do get the sense that something's bothering Mervyn King. I'm not sure what it is, but a couple of times now he's really stalled starting his visits, hasn't he?
96.
I think it's just unsettled.
Mervyn Car
Knows exactly what needs to be
142.
done, and he's not comfortable with finding that first dart treble. He's finding it on the last dart.
Well, he's done it again. He stopped before towing the hook. I'm not sure why. He's certainly unsettled by something.
56. Gary Car 77.
Seen is giving a bit of a glance to Gary Stone. Could there be a bit of
37.
needle?
Well, perhaps
Mervyn
might be
Car
because Gary
86.
Stone just stopped then when Mervyn King was walking behind him and almost sort of looked in his direction. Shaking his head here, King. Oh, all we can do is suppose, but something seems awry between the players here. Bull.
61.
Double
Gary
tops
Car
now.
40.
Mervyn King still shaking his head.
Getting shown the third leg, Gary Stone.
Well, let's see if anything's exchanged between them. Not even a glance
Fourth leg Mervyn to throw
in
first.
Gary's
Game on.
direction. He's staying focused on what he's doing. I've got no idea. Look, it's complete supposition from us, but something bothered Mervyn King on 2 or 3 occasions, and then something bothered Gary
16.
Stone on an occasion.
$99.
Both players now just getting on with it. But who does it affect most, though?
134.
King loses.
Well, he stayed rooted to the bottom, wouldn't he? He'd still only be 2
121.
points behind James Hubbard. But because of that leg difference, massive leg difference deficit, and the fact that James Hubbard won
4-0.
4-0 in his previous match,
134.
I think Mervyn may well be in big bother. Of course, Hubbard would have 2 games to play, so he could lose
131.
heavily in both of them. Wouldn't quite be out of it yet, Mervyn King, but he'd be as good as.
$96. Got your car
96 now.
150.
150. You won't go 3 bulls, definitely. He's going to want to leave it handy.
64. Moving your car 77.
You feel as though if a 77 does not go, there will be a shake of the head. And there will be a really that comes through. Will we see it? He needs the bullseye now.
Game
Finds the
short of fourth leg,
bullseye.
Mervyn King.
We will never know. We will never, ever know.
Well, certainly nothing wrong between the
Gary
pair of them.
through
Great
first.
respect
Game
there
on.
between Mervyn King and Gary Stone, who kind of saw the funny side.
$60.
That de-escalated whatever was happening.
140.
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it was between them simply because there's only 2 people in the room, and
Unless it's Paul Hinks.
yeah, I
Not
don't know.
screaming the right scores. It's
60.
I haven't seen any of him do anything wrong either. We have had a few interesting moments on that stage between opponents.
58.
We had a couple of interesting moments between teammates last week at the International Pairs event. I remember Jimmy Van Ski miscounting at one
41.
point, going for the wrong double, and Danny Van Tripe was not very happy with him. Didn't stop them going on to win the tournament.
So Danny also asking Jimmy some
95.
what double he wanted to be left on. And Jack quickly turned around and says, no, no, no. You do not do that.
And that's not in order.
95.
I do think the pace in this game is maybe slower than either player would like it to be. And I wonder if that's part of the thing.
57.
They're almost taking more time to retrieve the darts than they usually would, because maybe they think the other one's doing that and it just ends up getting slower and slower.
93.
goodness Scott
Moving
Mitchell's
your
not
car
playing.
151.
Oh, we saw a brilliant bullseye from Mervyn King to win that previous leg. Can he take out a supersized shot here? 151 is on. Treble 17. Took out a 141 to win his opener.
91. Got your
All
car
he can do on this occasion is
152.
leave it well placed on 60.
Gary Stone wants to stay there. Changes his options.
48. Moving your car 60.
24. 104 plays 60. Not moving at all, staying put. He's done this before.
30.
Seems like that's the...
Got your car 104. $64. Moving your car
64
30.
tops left for Gary Stone, but will he get a shot? Will Mervyn King... He goes directly forward. I thought he would have split, but he's double 6 now.
24.
Goes inside.
Got your car 40.
Stone now needs double tops to hold through. Been a bit of a nightmare on that. But he
Game
finds
from
the
fifth
double
leg,
10.
Gary Stone.
Will we see a really? No.
6 leg moving to throw first. Game on.
Modus Super Series now providing with soft top touch tabletops.
Hey, we think of everything here, Devon.
There has been issues in the past
100.
of players banging, not banging, but just placing it too loudly for the opponent's liking, and Fair point. Modus Super
41.
Series has provided a solution. They've got duck down tabletops.
$57.
Well, who will be at the top of the table after this match? If Gary Stone wins it, it'll be him, and he will be through.
$54.
On the very rare occasion,
$134.
Gary Stone has his neck moving backward. That's just probably a late release and kind of counteracting, seeing that we have done breaker
56.
throws. It's kind of very obvious when it does happen.
$134.
Love that 134 and working now. Pedestrian. Standby.
96.
On the
Gary
dance floor,
Carr,
can hear the
52.
music a bit, but Stone dancing his way all the way to Saturday. Gary Stone,
Gary Stone.
4-2 victory. It's Merv King. See the averages there, 82 for Gary Stone and 80 for Mervyn. Percentage shots there, fantastic on the checkout percentages for Gary, but wasn't his excellent best. But next up, we'll see James Hubbard versus David Evans.
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, brought to you by Pluto TV, live and free. Stream now, pay never. And it's a big opportunity now for James Hubbard to put himself firmly in the box seat for qualification in that race between the bottom three. Hubbard in third place at the moment on 6 points. Adam Mould on 4. Mervyn King on 4. But David Evans on 8, and if he wins this match, he will join Gary Stone.
First like James to throw
qualifying
first.
for finals night.
Game on.
You feel as though the game against Adam Mould for James Hubbard is a nice little confidence booster, but he will know that
60.
David Evans is in the form of his life. Averaged just over a ton against Merv King in his previous game to David Evans.
60.
James Hubbard is going to have to be on his very best. You'd feel as though, Chris, that worst scenario
57.
for James Hubbard here is to lose 4-0. If he keeps it tight and it's a negative result, it has to be almost a small-ish gap. And this will still give him some leg difference cushion.
100.
Yeah, the danger for James Hubbard, if he does lose, is the fact that he's only got one game left, and Adam Mould, who's chasing him, has got 2 after this.
96.
If he gets to 8 points, I think that's enough for me. Mould would have to win both of his games, but he'd also have to overturn a leg deficit of, well, it would be at least 6 if Hubbard wins this match. That's if he wins it 4-3. I'm just going to do a few little bits of number crunching, Devon, because I want to work out whether Mervyn King has got any route back.
96.
I'll get back to you.
Well, we leave Chris Murphy to crunch the numbers. And he's actually using a typewriter and an old school calculator.
I can confirm Mervyn King can still qualify. We would need a
100.
remarkable
71.
set of results.
Game show on the first
Pop-up
side. David
finish.
Evans.
14 dot leg there.
Second like David is through first. Game on.
By my maths, if James Hubbard gets to 2 legs in this game, then that would be Mervyn King out.
$60.
James Hubbard. You've heard it here first from Chris Murphy.
140.
2 legs for James Hubbard. That would kill any hopes of seeing Mervyn King on the finals night, which he has made 3 times out of 3, so
93.
it would be a rare occurrence. I think that all that damage was done yesterday.
Hubbard himself is determined to get there himself. Every leg matters from here on in for him.
100.
Looks like Adam Mould, the one that's more seriously chasing him. Yes, he's only got 4 points like Mervyn King, but he's still got 2 games left. Mervyn has just run out of matches. He's only got 1 to play. And it's against James Hubbard.
140.
140 then. James Hubbard now needs to just correct that first dot. Make sure it's in the area that he needs it to be. If not in
41.
the treble, but around. Can't be chasing. When it does go spray right or left, then he's going to have to find 2 trebles or more, just like David is. That's exactly what you want to do, David.
123.
Sprayed it into the treble 1. Quickly corrected it. 12 darts thrown again for David Evans and on a 2 dart finish. But this time, what kind of
96,
pressure
David
will that
85.
2-dot finish be under?
Double top.
Game shot on the
Very
second leg,
nice,
David Evans.
clean kill from David Evans, who once again is performing
Third
at
leg,
a very
James
high
through
level.
first. Game on.
And we're getting closer to knowing the field for finals night, Devon. It looks like David Evans is going to make it. And are the bookmakers going to have to make him the favourite based on the performances that he's
93.
produced?
Rightfully so. I mean, he has been the... He might end the evening
58.
on being on top of the lot.
Yeah, and he could
leaderboard.
be going through a finals night with a 3-figure average. He could be on course to post the highest average we've seen over the course of a week. Well,
Couple of
100.
yeah, for him. It'll be a 3-day stay, of course, starting in Group B.
$137.
Fluency. Just very methodical. Throw. Anybody would love, but James Hubbard
162.
there on a great 162.
Adam Mould, Gary Stone coming next. Stone is safe now. Don't know if
98.
that's a help or a hindrance
James
to
McGuire,
Mould, really.
146.
James Hubbard's having to carve out his own chances. He's got 6 starts here. That doesn't help. That's not much help. He's put himself on 1, 2, 3 here. He's gone for the
28.
25, and it's all gone a bit wrong that for James Hubbard.
All the hard work, and then when it counted, could have been just simple and straight. All went wrong. But he wants to just...
60.
He's
James
glad that
McGuire,
there was no treble there,
118.
so gives him a bit of breathing space. Not completely safe. And that's not the shot that he wanted. Now left with 98.
80.
Finds it.
David McGuire, 148.
Last start, 38's not the easiest double on the board, so he might look to split. But will he get a chance to split? He might. Definitely, definitely. But he will be under some pressure, so David Evans probably dictating now
140, James
what
McGuire,
James
38.
Hubbard will do. Decides to split. 2 dots and double 16. Loves double
James on the
16
third
and
leg, James
finds
Hubbard.
double 16. Confident split there. Not focused on anything that
Fourth leg, David to throw first.
David Evans
Game on.
done. Through 140, left double 4. James Hubbard was determined to stay on course and on his route of the 38.
Yeah, that has to make him feel a lot better because he started to lose his way in that leg, but managed to win it.
81.
And against a player that's averaging in 3 figures, Evans has been right at this level throughout the course of this group. 102.78 right now, the average. 3 legs into the contest.
91.
And we know he can maintain it.
He's finding that pace on top very slow and perfect. You can tell he's in the zone. It's just perfect. Perfect. Perfect.
180.
If there was a throw that you could emulate all the time, they should take David Evans, do a
96.
full breakdown on his throw, every element, and say, kids, if this is what you, if you want to become a top dart player, this is how you throw. Not like that.
What is it that's seen him elevate his game to such a standard? He was decent in
80.
Group A, but he wasn't this good.
It's just that I think he gets anxious and he stops focusing. And when he stays on a singular thought of setup and then the pullback kind of just,
44.
it's that
David
rhythm
Carr,
and understanding and that
160.
feeling and finding that feeling. So when he sets up, it has to be at a slow pace so that he can actually just set slowly, pull back decently, and extend
Being shown on the
beautifully.
fourth flag, David
160, textbook. And he's just looking and making it look so
Fifth flag,
easy.
James
It's
to
not
go first.
supposed to be
Game
this
on.
easy. 108, close to 109, feeling like he cannot miss.
I don't think he's ever going to miss again. 3 out of 3 on the doubles, 160 check out there. As you say, 109 average.
41.
David Evans, it's just like he's placing the darts in the board. Oh, he's missed.
It's all about that speed.
93.
David Evans would wish that this continues for a long, long time, and he probably believes it can. He did say yesterday, after throwing that 120, he will be on Saturday.
You told me last night you had the best
82.
throwing darts, David Evans. What's so good about it?
Steady, and you can see that pause there, perfect. It's not over exaggerated. The timing, everything is correct. If he gets it perfect every single time, which he can replicate so easily,
41.
he would be one of the very best in the world. But I think that from the arm to the brain, there is sometimes some flaws. Self-belief, overconfidence, nonchalant, expects it's going to go in. But that there. And I think that studying his throw is probably the best way forward. Extend it, everything stays steady.
100.
Amazing, statuesque, robotic. Bit of a hinge there.
100.
We do love to admire David Evans' throw. Set, pull back, release. It's a set, pull back, release. Perfect. Set, pull back. Absolute beauty.
140.
Poetry in motion. David Evans, take a bow, sir.
And it could be 127 in game for David Evans to qualify for finals night, and he is going to be a threat if he can find the
80.
kind of form
David
that he's
Carr,
produced in this group.
127.
A wayward one. One on the floor. What can go wrong next, Evan, in this visit?
Just throw backwards.
24.
And just like that.
James Carr, 103.
Perfect throw. Unraveled. This would hurt. This would hurt Mervyn King. No, it...
Double 18. Would have been a bit of a dartful dodger act, that,
David
from
Carr, 103.
James Hubbard, picking pockets. Treble 20 would leave double 12. Hubbard comes back.
87. James Carr, 18.
He'll split it. Double 4 now. Oh, great step back. He's hit this before and confident, comfortable. Will it be well executed?
14.
No, it's not. And
David Carr, 16.
James Hubbard had an opportunity there to make sure that Merv King doesn't get through. That's not a favourable lie there. No problem for David Evans. Gets over the line against James Hubbard. Just close to 100 average in that game. Parts of it, he was unplayable. Checking out 160 as well on his route. James Hubbard did put up a valiant effort by keeping on. Evans confirmed to be there on Saturday night. Might be the one to throw the 9-darter. But next up, we have Adam Mould versus Gary Stone.
$54. Charlie McGuire, 164. 44. Charlie required 120.
Well, 120. He's got a fair, at least 2 handfuls at this. Just needs to stay
60.
there. That's a good shot. Halves his score. Leaves himself on a 2-darter.
$26. Charlie
Time on his
required
side
60.
to become back-to-back singles champion.
$40.
Definitely a couple of nerves in those last 2 darts. But he'll be coming back.
It's a moment he's been in before this situation. Standing at the back of the
81.
stage,
Charlie
approaching the
required
Oki with a
20.
chance to win the title.
He did this to win the first title, if you remember.
11.
I think he's gone.
Georgia
I think
require
he's gone to
118.
bust it, maybe. The first title he won, he wanted 20. He went 6-7-7 to win it. He had a chance to replicate it again.
Yeah, I get the feeling that was for a bust, and
39.
on that
Charlie
situation there, George
require
Scaife wasn't even
9.
able to take it out going to the 18s on that switch.
Yeah, I think he just panicked a bit, but he's done well to get that big one.
Sometimes can be the hardest part.
Georgia requires
This is it.
79.
It's got to be 19s. It's got to be 19s for this shot. Big 20 and a double. He's got the first one. He's going to get a match dart here.
$59. Charlie
Threw the entire
required
body into that
8.
one. Just didn't want to let go of the dart.
No score.
He's given George a chance.
Georgia require 20.
I think George has been quite good on double 10 today.
So many opportunities for Charlie Murphy.
Go
Couldn't get the
gets
job
it.
done.
Got in the match! And the Red Dragon
George
Modus
Scaife.
Super Series Influencers Champion, George Scaife!
Three fixtures left to bring you, but only one place left at finals night on week 1 of Modus Super Series 11. Adam Mould is hoping that he can crash the party and get himself into that Saturday showdown. Mervyn
First leg
King
Adam
has
to
got
throw first.
a minor chance, but James
Game
Hubbard,
on.
despite that defeat to David Evans before the break, he's still in pole position. He's on 6 points. Mould and King on 4. David Evans and Mould's opponent in this one, Gary Stone.
70.
They're both on 10 points and therefore are
100.
already through to finals night. Joining, of course, Jeff Smith, who won Group A earlier in the week, and the 2 from Group C this afternoon, Tommy Morris and Danny Ayres.
100. 135.
Adam Mould all to play for. But like you said, Adam Mould has 2 games. So there's a small buffer.
140.
But he wants to. He's playing the top 2 in the group. So it's not an easy feat. The last game was Adam Mould's first game he won yesterday against David Evans.
59. Gary Carr, 130.
David Evans now tops the group. With 1 game
94.
left.
Adam Carr, 132.
132 has to go, or it will be an early break. So you're looking at early break here for Stone. 12
80.
darts thrown,
Carry your car,
36 left. This could be a 14 darter using the battle. Ooh, chasing.
27.
Ooh, that
Out of the
pressure.
car, 52.
Adam Mould still hoping to make it through. Double 16. He thought it was in. Get back.
$36. Carry your car, 9.
Well, he thought he'd won the leg 10 seconds ago,
5.
and he still could win the leg.
16.
That missed doubles is all because it's not
Game
completing
shown the first
the
leg,
throw.
Adam Mould.
Mould
Second leg,
has
Gary
to
to throw
apologise
first. Game
for
on.
games he's won. And I always say if you are apologising for games you won, then why did you throw for the double?
78.
I'm sorry, but I'm not really sorry.
$45. $177.
That's superb from Stone. Adam Mould does have a habit, doesn't he? When his opponent gets a big score, he so often gets one back.
140.
Almost like it just switches the focus within him.
119.
I'm assuming, and just when you look up, you'll have a tough match. It's almost as if it's his time to shine then.
140. Got a car, 127.
176, 127 for Gary Stone. Doesn't have to chase after it, but he does. Will he go for bullseye? Oh,
80.
he does.
But doesn't get it, allowing Mould to apply some pressure.
140.
Not
Got
the
a car,
greatest shot there from
47.
Gary, and now made to pay. Needs to find the tops.
Game
Finds
shown
the
second leg,
tops
Gary
and
Stone.
almost correcting that as if he knew he
Third leg,
only
Adam to
needed
throw
one
first.
dart.
Game on.
The double tops has not been his friend tonight. It's brought him so much anguish.
140.
Safely through. But is he going to top the group?
140.
Adam Mould's going to have a big say in who tops the group. He's playing both of the top two in his final two matches, the two players that have qualified already.
96. $60.
Mouldy's still ahead here by a couple of points only, but will want to stretch his legs. Oh, and it fell out,
114.
but only out the 19. So great setup there. 151. Gary Stone has to have a 2 treble visit. If not, Mouldy will have
40.
6 starts
Out
to
of the
this
car,
151.
151.
And this was just a hold throw. It will start to make him feel a bit more comfortable.
64. $140. Uppercut 87.
So treble 17. Yes. Double 18. Yes.
Getting shown the third
And Adam
leg,
Mould
Adam Mould.
takes the lead. 2-1.
Adam
Fourth
Mould
leg, Gary to throw first. Game on.
really playing great stuff now and just almost waking up to the understanding the
140.
table and knowing that if he wins this game, it'll put him in a closer space. He might not, if it's a tight game, if it's 4-3,
45.
I think he goes tied.
Yeah, if
No, he stays in the same position, but
95.
yeah,
-4 deficit.
yeah, if it's 4-2, he would be tied on leg difference with James Hubbard, but would actually go ahead of him on legs 1.
180.
There's another 180. Now,
99.
What a setup. After 9, 167. First 9 average in this game must be monstrous.
60. Gary O'Carr, 100.
Frustration shown there by Moldy. Gary opting not to change. Staying there.
83.
83. Misfortune of ricocheting into the treble 1. But Mole can leave it handy. How handy can he leave it?
100. Gary O'Carr, 84.
84 then for Gary Stone. Didn't consider the treble. Bullseye it is.
51. Adam O'Carr, 116.
And this would be a roof raiser, but it's not going to be. 78, correct, sir.
56.
Gary
Gary
might go
O'Carr,
17, double 8, yeah. Oh, he goes 1. 32, steps on the right.
Didn't like that lie, did he?
1.
You could see the reaction
Adam
before he
O'Carr,
threw the
60.
dart. And now Mull gets a chance here to lead 3-1. Tops he needs. Back to his starting position for double 10. Which he
Each on the
nails.
fourth leg, Adam Mould.
Adam Mould is on the move.
Fifth leg, Adam to throw first. Game on. $140.
Showing some grit now and really pushing hard.
I know Mervyn King has
40.
been tiptoeing on the tungsten trapdoor all night, really, and we said in the previous match if James Hubbard got to 2 legs, King would be out. Hubbard only got to 1. In this match, if Adam Mould wins 4-1, Mervyn King would be eliminated. So he needs Gary Stone to do him a favour now and get a leg or 2.
48.
But if Mould wins this leg, it's over for Mervyn King even before he takes on James Hubbard in his final game that's coming next.
82.
Mould has thrown 9 darts on 145, and you can tell that
60.
Gary Stone just letting him fly now. He could not be bothered. He's into Saturday.
85. 81. Adam O'Carr, 60.
Well, it's very similar to that previous leg, back to his starting position for double 10, which he hits again. And Adam Mould puts himself in a very strong position now with that victory. He takes his tally to 6 points and he leapfrogs James Hubbard in the table on leg difference. He's back in 3rd place. Hubbard has to answer against Mervyn King, who as a result of that 4-1 victory for Adam Mould cannot now qualify. If Hubbard gets the win, then Mould will have to beat Evans in the final match. It's going down to the wire here, so do stay with us.
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Labanowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready, and it's trophy time. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn. Terminator, Mervyn Van Velzen. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison.
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor?
One more time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is Jim McGuire.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series champion, retaining his title, the Luke Lidlow!
Welcome back to the Modus Super Series, where we're going to see a really important match now between Mervyn King and James Hubbard. Unfortunately for Mervyn, his race has been run, even though he can end on 6 points. He can't overturn the leg difference deficit to Adam Mould, even if he wins 4-0 and Mould loses 4-0 in the next game. But James Hubbard, he can get onto 8 points. He's still got the opportunity here to qualify himself.
First leg, Mervyn, you through first.
I'm just going to run you through
Game on.
what can happen here. If Mervyn King inflicts a 4-0 defeat on James Hubbard, that would be Hubbard out. If it's 4-1,
100.
only chance of qualifying would be if Adam Mould were to lose 4-0 in the next game. Even that would go down to averages.
58.
So James Hubbard, I think, forget how many legs you need to stay in, win the match, and make Adam Mould go out and win the match.
$60.
It would be a first time that James Hubbard is now in this position.
100.
He can actually qualify, but it's all in his hands. So there's an element that of the pressure that comes with that. But he also, almost for his sake,
55.
he's in a perfect position that King's not anywhere close to progressing. So the intensity on King's side might be slightly a bit more lackadaisical.
100. $60.
There's a great opportunity here to break the throw early. But just needs to breathe. Let the game come to him. It's easy
31.
to get tense in this situation, simply because it's been playing a couple of days. Now seeing an opportunity. Well, when King has to go 54. You'd feel, but he's going to drop down to 57.
139.
And 39.
$96.
Great
Mervyn
96 there, and
87.
just puts him in touching distance. What if he does get another chance, if he goes 19 as the route? considering his last 2 darts, but now is an opportunity.
23. James McGuire, 116.
Sarcastic round of applause there. Oh, this will hurt. Oh, hello.
76. Mervyn McGuire, 64.
So close between Adam Mould and James Hubbard. He can't afford to lose this match, really. He can't afford to be losing it heavily. Can't afford to miss chances.
56.
So needs to take
James
this one to
McGuire,
break
40.
early on. Double 10 to do so. Yes,
James
he
on the
gets
first
it.
leg, James Hubbard.
Hubbard putting himself back in the box seat.
Second leg, James to through first.
Now, before this
Game
game, 6 points apiece, Mould and Hubbard. And Adam Mould better off on leg difference by 1 leg. It means he's got the slight advantage. He just has to match or do better than James Hubbard in his game
125.
that follows. But let me remind you all of the opponent, the table-topping David Evans, who has been producing performances out of this world over the last couple of nights, and he's won all of his games tonight. So if Hubbard wins here, he's got a very, very good chance of qualifying.
43.
And that's the difference in player that they are playing.
Mervyn King has come to the end of a really long, lengthy period here.
100.
Not only has he been here for 3 of the last 4 weeks, but he hasn't stopped playing darts, has he, since last Monday? Because he also played in the Influencer Darts Showdown on Sunday.
He enjoys playing darts, doesn't he?
96.
Won't know what to do with himself tomorrow.
$93.
Hubbard now in a great position. Feel as though that first dart, just finding the first dart now for him would be the perfect time. Enough space at the bottom there, and finds 2 darts.
140.
In the treble. And this will make him feel comfortable though. Break of throw, hold of
58.
throw, 2 legs
James McGuire,
ahead.
97.
Adam Mould will be sitting there watching every single dart. Again, slight little back step now. 78 the shot. Double 12.
85.
170. Big fish.
Mervyn McGuire,
Been reeled
170.
in on Monday by Mervyn King. Will it be done on the Friday?
It just hasn't been the
58.
same Mervyn as the week's
James
gone
McGuire,
on.
12.
You just feel that fatigue has kicked in.
He'll work off from that marker. Nice to find double 3.
6. Mervyn McGuire, 112.
And these are the opportunities that James Hubbard has to take, has to polish off, because it would hurt him, not just on the legs, but also just confidence. Luckily, Merv King isn't up to
38.
the task.
James McGuire, 6.
Potentially will go 2. I feel as though he might split it. And that's why. Because you kind of don't want to try and hit it inside on the first dart, so you go quite gingerly, so you don't attack it. He's
James
attacked
on the
that
second
one.
leg, James Hubbard.
What a last dart. Bouncing off the
Third leg, Mervyn
numbering.
to throw first. Game on.
That was what we call a great marker.
Well, it's not a great game, is it? But James Hubbard is just managing to
43.
force the issue here.
This game is not about averages, let me tell you. It's getting over the line, whether you fall, crawl, roll. James Hubbard just wants to make sure he gets to Saturday.
45.
And it's all in his hands as well.
But the bigger the margin of victory, the harder it makes it for Adam Mould. For example, if Hubbard were to win this match 4-0,
60.
then Adam Mould would have to win 4-1 or 4-0 in the last game.
60.
If he can't capitalise on Mervyn King's late night crash here, then Hubbard might be pretty much home and dry.
140.
And he has already had a 4-0 win tonight, and that was against Adam Mould, wasn't it? So that could end up proving to be the difference.
But he's also finding the 180s comfortability now. The key for James Hubbard. Could he find 2 4-0ers? It didn't look possible
60.
when he turned up yesterday. First 2 games, there's nowhere. And then switched it on.
Do you feel, Devon, that Mervyn King was top of Group A after Tuesday's
40.
play, wasn't he? Do you feel that he really needed to win that group and have those 2 days off?
It would have done him the world of good. And just staying here and playing and continuing and fighting. I mean, the 3 days already took everything out of him. And then coming back here at a late night as well. It's tough. I mean, it's really like you said, he's been here 3 out of 4 weekends
100.
on a Saturday.
McGuire 102.
That is immense. He's not just tired, he's dart tired. But he can get tops here now.
82. James McGuire 76.
Fortunate. 76 for the 3-0 lead.
Yeah, every leg matters here for James Hubbard, or may matter. 16. Double top to put James Hubbard in dreamland.
36.
Over the top.
McGuire 20.
How costly will that be?
Game shot on the third leg, Mervyn King.
Merv King just with a wow.
Fourth
At
leg,
the
James to throw
races,
first.
Very
Game on.
nonchalantly. Hubbard has it all to do. The closer this game gets,
140.
the most important thing is number 1 is to win. That is, regardless of whatever happens, just win. Because then you're forcing Adam Mould to win
41.
as well. And then the margin can come in after, which is something you won't have control of. The only
46.
thing you do have control of is the opportunities you get. And Merv King isn't firing on all cylinders, so you can tell there, just first start landing low. His body
58.
shut down completely now. Wants to emulate the Colin Lloyd against Andre Valga in a world championship. We thought the dartboard was a punching bag.
93.
Yeah, not a good idea to punch something that's got loads of thin bits of metal on it, as Colin Lloyd found out.
What
180 level scores. Can it be back to back? Yeah. Wants to stay steady.
85.
Steady enough.
He just gets in the zone sometimes, doesn't he, Mervyn King? Out of nowhere, he was really struggling in this game. Then suddenly,
81.
treble 20s are plenty.
James McGuire 137.
It's like he remembers, I can throw.
Last start went wayward. It's left him 1-4-1. A finish we've already seen him take out tonight.
57. Mervyn McGuire 141.
1-for-1 for the second time of the evening. Ooh, it's on. Hells bells.
89. James McGuire 80.
You feel as though this could be 1 or 2 darts, but he has to keep it straight. And that's the one thing that he has been doing quite often. But this would be a roof raiser. What a
James on
shot
the
from
fourth leg,
James
James Hubbard.
Hubbard. Mistake on the big number, finding a 5.
Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
Only shot out was 25 bullseye. Great second dart. And then guides it into the bullseye. James Hubbard will know that he's 1
134.
away from potentially qualifying and having an absolute fantastic Friday, but it will be an even better Saturday.
95.
And this is where it can all just kind of play on your mind. James Hubbard needs the game to come to him now.
So if Hubbard does get the win here 4-1, Adam Mould would need to go and beat David Evans
96.
4-2 or better. If Mervyn King gets another leg and James Hubbard wins it 4-2, Mould would just need to beat Evans by any scoreline. So it might not just be the victory.
96.
May well be the margin of it that makes a difference here for James Hubbard. But I'm going to say it again. Adam Mould is playing David Evans, not just anybody. Well, Mervyn King has been bothered there by an unidentified flying object.
66. $97.
Great last dart, making sure it's no trebleless visit. James Hubbard is certainly in the zone. Mervyn King, yeah. Something is really annoying him. Or he could have just glanced over to the screen
95.
and see what he had left. James Hubbard rushing to the oche. Not even waiting for Mervyn to step off it. Feel another one there would be fantastic. What a shot. What a setup shot there from
110.
James Hubbard. Putting so much pressure on this 110.
Pressure? Yes, pressure.
78.
Blood pressure.
James McGuire, 79.
79 now for James Hubbard to put 1 foot into Saturday. 2 darts, double 11. Monumental moment.
57. Mervyn McGuire, 32.
Double 16 for Mervyn King. And this could be as crucial as anything tonight. Can he find a way in?
No
It's
score.
a reprieve for Hubbard.
James McGuire, 22.
Chose to split it.
Getting shot on the
And he
match,
hits
James
it
Hubbard.
and he wins. And James Hubbard now has a foot firmly planted in finals night. He will have to wait for the outcome of the match between Adam Mould and David Evans, but he's looking for a player who's averaging in 3 figures in this group, who has won all of his matches tonight, to keep doing that and confirm his place at the finals for the first time. Mervyn King departs us with a 4-1 defeat at the hands of Hubbard, who had to grind out that victory there. Adam Mould takes on David Evans after the break, and will need to beat him by a scoreline. We'll fill you in on all the permutations next. Welcome back then to the Modus Super Series, where there is only one thing left to settle. That is who will take P3 and join David Evans and Gary Stone in qualifying from Group B. James Hubbard with a victory over Mervyn King before the break has put himself in the perfect position. However, Adam Mould can still get through, but to do so would need to beat David Evans, and he'd need to beat him 4-2, 4-1 or 4-0. That, Devon Peterson, is a tall order.
Considering how David Evans has been playing, he's slowed down the throw itself and been throwing majestically. Just beautiful. Absolute pleasure to commentate on and to watch. But Adam Mould, this was the game he won yesterday.
Like
so
David to throw first.
David Evans will know that he's a tricky customer.
Game on.
This time around, it's David Evans' advantage. How big will this be? You feel as though if
84.
David has one of those games where he just goes 14, 12, 11,
100.
3-0. It's literally going to be over in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he can produce those numbers. We've seen him do it over the course of this group.
$59.
It's also the question of how much does it play on Adam Mould's head. Like you just can't. It's just not about winning. It's about winning comfortably as well. And you can tell he's already having conversations, missed starts,
60.
troublous visits. The arm becomes tighter.
93.
I wonder what Adam Mould knows as well. Does he know that he's got less margin for error? Does he want that in his head, or does he just want to be thinking about winning?
Trust me, he's been sat there behind the scenes calculating everything.
55.
The reward for beating David Evans tonight for Adam Mould would be meeting David Evans tomorrow night. They'd play in the first game of Group 2 if Mould were to qualify in third place.
Mould did beat Gary Stone 4-1. Not out of the realm of possibility here for Mould to turn it on. Did average 94 in that game.
$37.
Missing the big number at that point is exactly just a messy situation. But now, would he go for bull or 42?
62. Adam McGuire, 32.
Should have been 42, shouldn't it, Dev? Come on, you know it.
You know it.
Getting shot the first
And you might know it as well now. Why would you go for the smallest target on the board with 2 darts in your hand?
Second leg, Adam to throw first. Game on.
And Adam Mould has... Well, he started to make James Hubbard sweat a little bit in the practice room.
134.
He's a feisty player, though, and he won't just roll over. And I think David Evans' intensity now, knowing that he's through, you'd see this as a practice game.
59.
But also, I don't think that David Evans knows that he's going to be playing Mouldy tomorrow in the first game.
45.
If Adam Mould wins, it would mean that he's had the better of David Evans over the 2 days. So on the Saturday, it will be in his head as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he won't be thinking about who he's going to play tomorrow. The way he's playing, he'll be thinking, I'll beat anybody. But you would probably rather play James Hubbard, who's not had that Saturday experience before, than Adam Mould, who's actually won on a Saturday night before.
So there is as much of an incentive for David Evans as it is for Adam Mould.
Getting the break early has put him in a good position.
$86.
This is the last game of Group B. This is also to decide who goes through to the Saturday. So far,
42.
David Evans, as well as Gary Stone, completed their fixtures. Or at least Gary Stone completed his fixture. And is now through to Saturday.
Yeah, Evans, Stone, Smith, Morris,
87.
Ayres. Will it be Mould or Hubbard that complete the Super Series Super 6?
75. David Carr, 129.
Mould doesn't like that 145 because he knows he has to be perfect, and David Evans can just set it up now.
93. David Carr,
Absolute
145.
perfect setup. 145 has to go, or you feel as though the Mould throw will be broken.
88. David Carr, 36.
David Evans does pull the start a bit,
Getting shot on the
especially when he
second leg,
goes for
David
36,
Evans.
but not this time. You feel as though there's a...
Third leg, David to throw first. Game on.
David Evans certainly want to make sure that he's going to have a perfect day. Mould's body language negative completely.
58.
Just animated. Knowing exactly what needs to be achieved. But also hoping that David Evans does not have
81.
a David Evans kind of performance.
$140.
That was a perfect slot in there.
$60.
Remember here, Adam Mould cannot lose 3 legs. So giving that break straight back will be a frustration, but it will be a relief for James Hubbard. He'll be watching in the practice room, and quite often we get this
59.
scenario, don't we, where really it's a match between 2 players, but only one of them's on the stage. It's like James Hubbard has sent David Evans in to bat for him.
92.
And what a player to send in as well.
But not hitting the heights yet in this match that he's hit previously in this group.
60.
Mould will feel quite comfortable now because David Evans isn't finding it, and he's probably in his head kind of playing the David Evans that threw the 120 and not the one that's
58.
currently on the stage, because you can see that he's even more animated than before. We know that there's a lot on the line, but when you let the game come to you, especially in big games, you allow the freedom of your performance. When everything is negative
60.
and you're trying so hard, you can see the smirks, and he's just going, if I just done this and if I done that. He's not finding his first start, not finding the drop. So it's all negatives on negatives.
46.
And you'll see there's
David
another
Carr,
reaction. So
124.
there's a negative on a negative on a negative. It's a negative sandwich. 124 now, and this will hurt.
Chase the treble. Doesn't get a
84.
go at the bullseye.
Adam
Adam
Carr,
Mould needs 2
164.
trebles for a go at the bull. Won't be getting them. So, if David Evans steps forwards and plants a dart in tops, then Adam Mould will find himself clinging to the cliff edge.
92. David Carr, 40. 20. Advocar 72.
Tense
Games on the
moments,
third
but
leg,
Mould has
Adam Mould.
delivered. Now he has hope again.
Fourth leg Adam to throw first.
Now
Game on.
James Hubbard has concern again. And David Evans is seething, having not taken those opportunities.
$100.
I'm trying to work out what is Mould's mental situation.
$140.
Finding the trebles is obviously going to be celebratory. But now, will that spark a David Evans-esque kind of return? Because after that reaction, I've not seen him react like that before. And considering he's already through, he's topped the group comfortably.
140.
So this match, he knows, means a bit more than just winning. It's about having one over Adam Mould as well as we go into the final, because
70.
knockout is a completely different...
121.
You can't go in with the same old demon, so you want to make sure that nobody has 2 games over you. This could be a
93.
James Hubbard.
David
Close
Carr,
your
155.
eyes.
Oh yeah, he's watching behind the sofa in the players' room now, isn't he? He cannot bear to watch, but he'll be hoping here that David Evans is going to do his Superman routine. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No. It is David Evans swooping to James Hubbard's rescue, and Adam Mould cannot believe his eyes.
I don't think he wants... I don't even know if he wants to laugh, cry.
Oh, that was a gut punch, wasn't it? Isn't it?
140.
He hasn't moved since it happened. He's
statuesque,
shell-shocked by the 155. But it now means that Adam Mould cannot afford to lose another leg. He must win the last 2 legs of this match, or he is out, and James Hubbard is through.
James Hubbard has just come out from behind the fridge, we've heard, doing cartwheels. And now...
140.
Kissing the profile of David Evans. That was a massive gut punch, and you can tell it's still shaking him to the core. He's just... It's like if a 2 boxes and you got this blinder of a swing, and it just connects.
100.
He's still punch drunk, isn't he?
He's done.
He's not going to know what's happened when he's left the stage. Going to have to bring a doctor into the building.
100. David Carr, 121.
The boy needs therapy after that. He's still squinting in disbelief. What's happened here?
65.
Drama at the very last, in the very last game as well. David Evans is just business as usual. Once a perfect game, perfect day.
43.
And remember, if he takes
David
this
Carr,
out, then that
56.
will see the dejected Adam Mould ejected from the tournament, and James Hubbard through to Saturday for the first time.
Games on the
Evans
fifth leg, David
has
Evans.
done the job for James Hubbard. I think Adam Mould knew
Sixth leg,
full well
Adam
what
to
was
third
needed.
first.
You can see by that reaction. Even if he wins this match now, it will not be enough. And James Hubbard can celebrate making it through to his first
57.
Super Series Saturday.
Still fails. There's an
58.
opportunity, and The 155. We've seen Danny Ayres do that with a 148 against Ashley Coleman
43.
this afternoon. Seen some ton plus finishes come through today, but that 155. Wow.
Well, that's changed everything. What a moment it was. That was James Hubbard's
58.
best finish, wasn't it? And we look at the top of the show tomorrow for the highlights. James Hubbard's will be a 155 by David Evans.
James Hubbard is now actually floored on the staircase.
Well, by the way,
81.
if you were thinking of turning off because you know the outcome now of this group, don't, because we are going to hear from James Hubbard
57.
after this match.
I do think Adam Mould is still in
100.
disbelief. All he can just do now is stay steady, stay straight. But it's hard. Because he now knows there's
123.
nothing to play for. A win here will not see him through at all.
Let's not forget as well, when Evans took out that 155, Mould himself had just missed double 14 for a 121.
100.
Almost didn't even give him the opportunity. What a difference a dart makes.
41. David Carr 104.
Sounds like a song, that. David Evans now 104 to close it out.
Single. And tops. To finish on
Match,
top
David Evans.
with a stunning showing. David Evans defeats Adam Mould 4-2. The 155 changed everything for Adam Mould and for James Hubbard, who goes through with the table topper, David Evans. Gary Stone in between the pair of them. It's a 4-2 success for Evans that sees James Hubbard go through, and the win was bigger for Hubbard than any of the players that were on the stage in that match. So let's hear from James Hubbard now. He is talking to Jack Garwood.
James, you're through to Saturday night. Just sum up how you're feeling after that one.
I mean, I think you said in the commentary, they said it was the best shot all night with the 155. So, you know, I've battled all week. I'm over the moon really to get through. I think I deserved it though, I'll be honest. Like, I've missed a few things here and there, but, you know, over the moon with that.
What's the last 10 or so minutes been for you? Obviously, you pacing up and down. We've been crunching the numbers all over the place, but what's it like knowing that your future isn't in your hands at that moment?
Well, it's not fun, you know. You're wishing. You know, I love Adam. He's a really good mate of mine. So, you know, but it's an individual sport. So I'm just over the moon to get through and have a crack tomorrow now.
What's it been like being back on the circuit? Obviously, prestigious youth career. We've seen you take a break for a number of years, but back mixing it with the big boys now.
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I felt great yesterday. I felt really good today, but it hasn't quite happened. I haven't played great, but, you know, I'm proud of myself. I've battled, and I think that makes a big thing, really. So, you know, I can relax now and get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, looking ahead to Saturday, big session for yourself. Any thoughts ahead of that one?
Well, I mean, you know, you know, I'm not going to go there and not win. So, you know, let's get it. You know, I'm over the moon to get through. I have the game to win. I wouldn't be here otherwise. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it now. Like, I'll go home, relax now, and yeah, get ready for tomorrow.
Superb. Well, all the best for that, James. Good luck.
Cheers. Thank you.
Yeah, incredible way for the group to unfold in the end. Two players were pretty safe. James Hubbard pacing up around, we've heard in backstage there, watching that. When that 155 goes in, that must have just been elation for James Hubbard.
Yeah, I think, I mean, with the kind of game he had today, like you said earlier on, it was fantastically put as James Hubbard's best finish of the day. But you can see at the back there that Adam Mould could not believe. He didn't know if he should cry, if he should laugh, what it was. He was confused completely. David Evans' business as it was. And the thing is how important that was, because Adam Mould also just missed the 28 as well, and it could have been so different.
James said there he's over the moon to have qualified for a Saturday for the first time. Have you seen encouraging signs that every time he comes back here he is getting a little bit better and he deserves to have made it through?
I can definitely see that, and when you understand what it's like for James Hubbard, I was in that same position. Come here, it's quite daunting. Back on stage, you don't kind of know exactly how you're going to perform. You kind of get invited back again. You know exactly what to expect because it's completely different. And then when you actually play really well and you find your feet early on, today was a challenging day for for James Hubbard. And when you look at everything that he's done, the game against Mervyn King, he needed to compose himself and everything was in his hands first before it was in David's. And he'd done everything. So he ticked all the boxes. Saturday might be an opportunity for him to rise like a phoenix.
Well, let's just remind you then how the evening ended in terms of the results from the last 4 matches tonight. James Hubbard went down 4-1 to David Evans, who would later do him a huge favour by beating Adam Mould 4-2. But Hubbard getting that 4-1 win against Mervyn King really put him in a strong position. He does go through in 3rd place in Group B. The two at the top, they look pretty comfortable, didn't they, for most of the last couple of nights? Gary Stone and David Evans winning all of his matches tonight and confirming himself as the group winner. And we can now reveal for the first time who will be playing in which group on Saturday. These are the finals groups: Jeff Smith, Gary Stone and Danny Ayres in Group 1, David Evans, Tommy Morris and James Hubbard in Group 2. Devon, is there a favourable group there?
Definitely not. I mean, both tough. I think David Evans will feel as though he's gonna kind of just demolish everybody in his group. But I think Tommy will have his say. But I think the big question for me is James Hubbard turning on Saturday. Will he be ready for his Saturday? Jeff Smith obviously coming after a 3-day, a 2-day holiday, if you must call it that. It's will it be the debutant Danny Ayres' opportunity? I mean, the Saturday is looking really tasty, and I can't wait for it.
No Mervyn King for the first time. We do have James Hubbard for the first time. You've seen all of them play now this week. Who do you think is going to be the favourite? Who do you expect to be lifting the trophy?
I mean, knockout is very different. David Evans has done it before. I mean, Jeff Smith is coming in as well with great form. Danny Ayres is looking... There's a few of them, but I think that if David Evans kind of switches on, I don't think anybody touches him.
Okay, right. Coming up next here on the Modus Super Series Darts channel, it is a Tungsten Talk with the Turners in the family with Aaron and Laura. Don't miss that. It's a great watch, good fun. Just stay tuned at the end of this and you can see that. Bo Greaves, 8:55 a.m. She's got an exclusive interview about her career and future. And Jimmy Van Ski tomorrow at 3, who, of course, won the International Pairs Week last Saturday. But this Saturday's finals night gets underway from 7:30 p.m. Jeff Smith won Group A earlier in the week, and we've seen 5 players battle it out to get there, with James Hubbard sneaking in at the death after some more extraordinary antics from David Evans. Maybe we'll get a few more tomorrow. Join us then. Don't go anywhere.
What a finish! What a man!
The drum roll finishes, and the target is hit.
And it comes on finals night, and it's a knockout.
Dirty Harrison!
Are you ready to lift that trophy, Darius? Yes. Let's do it then. Ladies and gentlemen, your Modus Super Series 9 champion is Lucky D, Darius Lewandowski!
Well, what a wonderful night of darts we have seen, and we are ready. Our champion is ready and it's trophy. So receive the trophy. £25,000. The new Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn. And one more time, the 8th Modus Super Series champion, the Terminator, Mervyn. And the new Modus Super Series champion is Andreas Dirty Harrison. And one more time, the 7th Modus Super Series champion. Give it up for Andreas Dirty Harrison!
The moment we've all been waiting for. Would you please show your appreciation for your Series 6 Modus Super Series champion, Scott Taylor!
Time, your new Modus Super Series champion. He is Chucky. He is G.